Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me.
Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of Night Quest. I am CMoney, and tonight I am joined by our motherfucking homie. That's right, you know who he is. It's our boy, Broke Boy in the building. Shout out to Broke Boy, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you, my dude. How's it going, man? How you living? You excited? Fun times?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me tonight. I've got set up my new PC, so I've got 3 keyboards around me. So sometimes I'm typing on the wrong one.
Oh, okay, player. Okay, I get it. Look at that.
I got 2 PCs and 3 keyboards going.
There you go. All right. Well, so you're good. Everything's good. You're excited about life. I think so.
I think so. You finally getting another COD on Game Pass, which probably everybody's already bought anyway. But oh well. Give me some more. Give me some larger multiplayer lobbies.
I mean, listen. I think any game that Xbox starts bringing back, which is a huge deal, but Call of Duty is, again, like, these are great stories, the ones that they're bringing out. It's just good to have them in Game Pass, bro. And that's the beauty of it, right? Like, there's this slow trickle of these Activision games that kind of go in. For anybody that's missed them, I thought, what was it? Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3? The one before 6.
That was, I think it was 3.
Okay, 3? Whichever that one was.
Yeah, it went Modern Warfare 2 to 3, Modern Warfare 3, then it went to Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7.
Yeah, so it like revitalized it, right? Like there was mad people playing it online. So I mean, listen, all these games that come out, the one thing about Call of Duty games is that they're not a hard reset when the next game comes out. Meaning people still play their favorite Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like they stay on these games. So this is just going to bring it to more people who are excited for it. But that being said, shout out to the homies who are live in the building, man. You guys are the shit. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us tonight. Guys, we have a fun show for you. First of all, I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm sure you did. But we're up in our thumbnail game, so to speak. It's the popular thing to do, at least per the statistics, to put your face on the thumbnail and have it be a major focus and shit like that. So you start noticing that for where we put up our gameplay cuts, we have a new, raw first impressions is our kind of new branding for that, and that has its new kind of look. That should have some consistency there. And then with this show, change the thumbnail. I'm eventually going to change like this background and stuff. But yeah, there's just some things that we're doing to kind of fall more in line with the way that YouTube chooses to share your stuff, right? I see you, Toe Tag. I ain't trying to be like nobody else. It's just the thumbnails, man. Look, the show's gonna be the same, but the thumbnails, unfortunately, we're a victim, just like everybody else, to the way YouTube promotes this stuff.
CMoney flexing that 25th anniversary hoodie on the thumbnail.
Yeah, well, listen, this is the thing. They don't allow it. Like they don't accept it the way you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't do what they want you to do, it just doesn't circulate as much. So, you know, we're just going ahead and kind of getting into that realm. But
Yeah, pardon
that
the
being
mess, but
said,
I'll show. I've got mine on.
oh, it's Xbox, man. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I do want to shout out everybody who's live in the building, man. I went, you know, you guys here in the building, you guys are the shit. You know how we do, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Of course, we want to shout out everyone who supports us over on Patreon and on YouTube. Let me go ahead and put this up, our banner, because we do want to shout out our elite members. That's right. We have the homie Dark Angelic, Queen Witch, Broke Boy, and Pal Xbox for Life. And then we have our inner circle members, the homie Pragmatic Eagle, Hargy Chani, and Marvelous Marvin. Shout out to you guys for the support. It means a lot. Talk about our March champs. That's right. March is over. April is here. The best bot of March was our boy, Malcolm X Blacks. Most first super chat came from Mac22TH54. Biggest super chat came from Pragmatic Eagle. Most biggest super chats was a tie between Marvelous Marvin and Mac22TH54. Top 3 most gifted subs came from number 1, Spartan661, number 2, Broke Boy, and number 3, Ryu Art. And then the most subs gifted at once, Spartan661. Shout out to you guys. We do appreciate the love and support. It means a lot to us. Thank y'all very, very much. Now, that being said, you know how we do here, man. You guys live in the building. You guys are supporting us in such a major way, man. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us tonight. So thank y'all. You're all so very special to us. Of course, you know, here you can't just throw around the word special, right? Yeah, everybody's special, but like some have crossed over to more special, to elite specialism, as they will say. That's right.
Specialer.
3 of you are the specialers, are the most special. You are the specials for the evening. That's right. They were chosen. Why? Very simple. Okay. We went out, we put that on point bat signal, and they saw that shit. It said, holy hell, On Point is live. We need to be in the building immediately. And immediately they were. These were the top 3 people, the first 3 people in the building. The question is, who are these people? Broke Boy, you're typing very aggressively and you missed your who.
Who?
That's right.
I was making
Doodle's not here. You must fill in.
Who?
All right.
Who?
There you go. Who is the question? Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, before you get excited, Broke Boy, you don't count when you're on here. You can't hop in and be like, I'm ready for the show, so I'm gonna take a spot. All right. So you don't count in this. So number 3. All right, exactly. Number 3 in the building is our boy and our homie, motherfucking Fillmore Pockets. Shout out to Fillmore Pockets, man. Thank you, my brother, for being here and for being number 3 in the building. Now, I didn't have my book, so I need to get this in this bitch right here. This is the quest. The quest is real. All right, Fillmore. Okay. Number 2 in the building is our boy, motherfucking Red Ninja. Shout out to Red Ninja for going ahead and being number 2 in the building. You're the man, bro. Thank you for being here tonight. Now, the real question. Who is the best bot of the night? Who was the first person in the building? Well, I am about to tell you. It is our boy, motherfucking Toe Tag in the building. Shout out to Toe Tag. Appreciate you, my dude. That's Jean-Marc Louis, if I'm not mistaken.
I scared him with my name on the list. He thought he got bumped.
Oh no. You didn't get bumped. You made it, bro. Thank you again, man. number one in the building. Shout out to our boy Toe Tag. What's up, player, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Thank you. All right, guys. Before I get to some information over here, got to do one special thing, and that is we got to bring our boy. Oh, god damn it. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it right now, so I have to do it later. He will arrive. That's right. It's Pharaoh Bazaar to the building, but we're gonna wait till he just appears on our screen because he decided to turn on his camera. But before we do that, we got to go ahead and shout out our boy Mac22TH54 in the building. First super chat of the night. Mac said, I am defending my title. I will not lose. That's all I hear. And he's not fucking around. So, Mac, appreciate you, my brother. And then, of course, he's starting the party off right. It's our motherfucking boy, Broke Boy in the building. Went ahead and gifted 10 on point for gamer memberships, man. Shout out to motherfucking Broke Boy. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate the support. He is looking for those EBs in the chat. I don't have them. You got to do FB, but multiple, okay? Because he went ahead and gifted 10 on point for gamer memberships. Y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us tonight. Thank y'all so much for rocking out. And of course, in the chat, go ahead and put those motherfucking FB emojis. Shout out to our boy, Broke Boy. You know the way he likes it. We don't have an emoji for how he likes it. So you're going to have to go ahead and settle for multiple FBs. But go ahead and do it right. And be kind. You know, be gentle. He's a gentle soul. All right. So, yes, do the right thing. Put the FBs in the chat.
Yeah, I've got a guy on Twitter that's decided he wanted to make a AI of me saying some very nasty things.
Are you shitting me?
Nah.
He made an AI of you.
Not of me, but of my Twitter icon.
What's your Twitter icon?
You say it's very catchy if you actually know it. It's a Law and Order SVU has a villain, the most hated villain on the series ever. His name is William Lewis, which is me. that's my name. So I use his. It's an inside joke on a lot of people because I use that character's name because that character's name is my name. But he decided to use that guy. He decided to use that guy and said, "I like to take it without lube."
Oh shit! Damn. All right. Well, we gotta.
Well, I know I've made it. I know I made it big on Twitter now.
Well, listen, exactly. But we gotta adjust our words here. He wants the EBs in the chat, but definitely with lube. You know what I'm saying? We can't go rough.
At least some baby oil. Where did he?
Oh shit, that's wild. Well, that's exciting times, man. It's very exciting times to be taken and have your icon do things for you on AI. You know, that's now you know you made it. People are looking at you sideways now. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Well, guys, thank you again, man. Appreciate you all. Let's go ahead and say what's up to the homies who are in the building as we speak. I see the motherfucking homie Malcolm X Lax. Shout out to Malcolm. So close, yeah, so far. But thank you, brother, for being here. G Maybe in the building, the OG, not fucking around. Shout out to G Maybe. I see Mr. Kima in the building. Oh, yeah, I saw the massive layoffs. We're definitely going to talk about it. You know, another thing that I noticed, that I learned is that YouTube doesn't like thumbnails or things that show like multiple things. So like it has to be kind of more focused, and that's where we are with this. But we're definitely going to be talking about the layoffs at Sony, and we might be the only ones because somehow the media has decided that the world doesn't end if Sony lays off people, even though they're a much smaller entity than Microsoft. So when they lay off people, it means a lot more. Oh no. Microsoft does it. It's the end of the world. Yo, Pharaoh in the building, and my dude is fucking shaped up. He came to play. Is he in a new room? I feel like you're in a new place. What is happening here? Silence is what I'm hearing. I guess you're muted, or you're not quite prepared or ready to be put on blast like that. So I will wait till I can hear your voice so that I know that you are officially ready. Oh, yes, but Mr. Kimo, you're not lying, dog. We will definitely be talking about that. What the fuck did it go? Okay. Of course, I see Ren in the building. What's up, my
You'll
dude?
see me
Thank you
kind
for
of
being
looking down
here.
a lot for right now. I've got that freaking Lord of the Rings keyboard with no letters on it, so I'm getting mixed up on my typing. So I'm kind of looking down, going,
Yeah, you should probably use a keyboard that you know how to use, bro. Oh my god. The really there all east? The the realist. God damn. Sorry. It took me a while to figure out what that name was. But what's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Mr. Money in the building. What's going on, bro? Eric, what's up, dog? Thank you for being here, man. Jenna, Gennaro, Renato Martinez. I feel like that's it. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. I see E-Rex in the building. Shout out to E-Rex. What's going on, man? Outward Lyric. What's up, player? Thanks for being here, man. Did I hear a voice?
Think so, maybe.
Okay, I hear your voice now. I don't see you, but I hear you.
I'm working on it.
All right, no doubt. Space Shot in the building. What's up, man? He says IGN put out a crying video where they claim higher prices mean we're stuck with the Series X and PS5. Only someone in the PS bubble would think the Xbox Series X has been a bad console. It's been a good gen for us. It's been a great gen for us, 100%. But yes, I do get it. If you're primarily PlayStation, your exposure to this generation on PlayStation primarily, it's not that exciting from a PlayStation fan. If you're just a general, like, yeah, you're on PlayStation, but you're just fucking with all the games and you're just pumped for everything. I I don't even see where that is because there have been some great games this generation that released for sure. But maybe because they don't have Game Pass, they can't experience as many of them as we do. So, yeah, I could definitely see the problem there. So, yes, um, we had a great generation, and I'm ready to expand to the same generation, just better. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the next step because actually a great kind of lead in, and I'll keep talking to the homies, but just bringing up what we're gonna be talking about, right? I don't know if you guys saw that list from Xbox Game Pass, but there's so many games there. And then we have one of the strongest game lineups in the year. When I say strong, I mean heavyweight strong, right? We got some bangers, certified bangers lined up for the rest of this year, all going day one of the Game Pass. And that's going to be huge for us, or it is huge for us because we're living that life. It's going to be huge because what's coming. But also, we got a little bit of an update on Project Helix. And we're going to talk about it, but it just got me thinking about like the people who do go ahead and jump over to Project Helix when it does drop. Man, is it gonna just like Game Pass and Project Helix are just gonna be so beautiful together. Oh my god, there's gonna be so much gorgeous, amazing games to be able to play right there day one on your Helix. If you're jumping in to the Helix for the first time, so if that's your way to jump into Xbox, it's through the Helix. Woo! You're gonna be in for a treat if you go ahead and get that Game Pass. It's gonna be wild. So we're definitely gonna chat about it. So, but Space Shot, you ain't lying. These people, it's very different perspective for what happens with PlayStation and Xbox. 100%. I see Paulie Baba in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. What's going on? Stanley Francois in the building. My dude, thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Of course. Well, let's try again. Of course, Where am I? I just moved it when I try to bring in Pharaoh. All right, there you go. Of course, we have the homie Genesis fan in the building, which is Abacab. What's going on, man? Thank you for being here. Our lyric says, CMoney, what did you think of Super Meat Boy? Just played it earlier and it was really fun. It was great. I absolutely love it, actually. I have our raw first impressions up of it with which was the gameplay of me playing it, and I was living my life like the best way possible. It was so fucking fun. A plus all the way, baby. That's the only way I rock it. A plus on everything, right up to that first boss. Did the whole first chapter for you guys, and I did A plus on everything. It's phenomenal. All right. So if you're sitting there in the beginning of the game, you're like, oh man, how do I get A pluses? Watch my video and just follow the exact path that I took, and you'll be golden. Now, Pharaoh looks like he's here. And he's ready. Is that an illusion? Yes. So the thumbs up.
I saw a thumbs up.
Kind of, sort of. My audio
Kinda,
isn't,
sorta.
There's no echo, right?
No, it sounds fine to me.
All right, cool. We'll just rock with it like this.
We get to
There
see
you
the
go.
actual
Are you-
room here. We can see an actual room.
Are you in a new location now?
Yeah, I mean,
or
I'm
is this
in
the
a new
same one?
location. Yeah.
Oh shit. Dude, okay.
In the
Is this a
Pharaoh
new
cave.
house or just a different room in
Just
the
a
same
different-
house?
No, just a different location
Oh.
altogether. Yeah.
He's in the Pharaoh cave.
Oh shit, just a different location altogether. Oh snap. Well, Pharaoh, thank you for being here, brother. Good to see you. How you doing, man? Everything's good?
Pretty good about yourselves. Like, what is
Chilling, man.
Bright as hell.
Just seeing
All
how
good,
great,
bro.
just seeing how great Starfield does on PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Well, I already saw people are giving it, some of these places already trying to give it shit reviews. Some of the most basic reviews I've ever seen in my life.
I'm looking at people who are actually
fucking
playing it on the
nonsense.
PlayStation Store with their reviews.
Yeah. How does
Right
it look
now-
right now?
Right now, over 1,200 reviews, sitting at a 4.68, and it's actually going up.
Seems like people are liking it. Interesting. If only we knew that it was a good game. Ain't that something? RC Polygons in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Says, I wonder what our PlayStation Plus is doing in comparison to Xbox Game Pass. Clearly, the market leader would outpace third place Xbox. Oh, wait. Is PlayStation Plus getting Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019? I think not. RC, you're not wrong. No, they're not getting that. They're not getting a lot of the things that we get. Unfortunately, there are some things that come over eventually, but like so little people care about PlayStation Plus that it's rarely a thing that's talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a lot of people out here saying, "Oh my God, PlayStation Plus has got a new drop." It's just like people don't care. It just doesn't matter. But you're right.
So
100%.
they say they use the literal sense of the term. They say PS Plus is better because it has more games. They don't talk about they don't talk about the games. They just say we have more games, so we're worth more. So, okay,
sure thing.
You only got
Whatever.
400 games. We got 700. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, whatever they have to say to make themselves feel better, that's fine. All right, that's fine. You can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't make this shit up. The shit they're gonna say, right? They're all types of crazy. So it be what it be. Of course, I see our boy Ryu are in the building. What's up, my dude? Thank you, my brother, for being here. The game adaptation newscast. What's up, bro? Be nice in the building. What's up, my dude? Thank you, bro. Thank you for being here. All right. Listen. I think it's time. Okay. I think it's time. It's actually a little warm in here. And I thought it was going to be colder. So I'm about to strip ass naked. No, I'm just playing. I'm just taking off my sweater because that would be a bit much. I thought it's normally chilly down here, but I guess it's we're getting to that spring time. We'll see how this continues to go. All right. Oh, I haven't had to chat on there. Oopsie. Sorry about that. All right. Let's get this motherfucker started. Let me go here. Let me take. Oh, I gotta update the banner, bro. That would have been a problem. See, you distracted me, broke boy. I don't know what the hell happened. Gonna get everybody in here.
What did I do this time? I canceled my OnlyFans.
Oh shit. All right. Here we go. Toe tag number 1. Bam. Red Ninja. Number 2. Bam. Fillmore. Number 3. Beautiful.
I messed you up that way. Being on the list, or not being on, but not on the list.
Who? What?
So I messed you up with me being on, but not on the list.
Exactly. Exactly. Fucking it all up, man. All right. And then here we go. We got broke boy 10 gifted. Beautiful. All right. Dunzo. That's updated. Now I don't got to worry about that. All right. So that works. Brandon, what's up, man? I see you, player. Oh my God. Outward lyric. That's wild to say. He says, get that baby oil and start twerking. That's some crazy shit right there, bro. That is wild.
And he was talking to you, not me.
Oh my God. All right. Let me get this chapter. Let me get this chapter. Where the hell is it? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go here. Okay. All right. So it's not just the I don't know if you saw that article. There's quite a few little tidbits here. We're just gonna start at the Game Pass conversation, go over to a bunch of other things. It's gonna be a fun night. We're gonna have a bunch of shit going on. All right. But let's go ahead. Okay. So am I frozen, by the way?
No. Oh, yes.
Yes, right. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure that the streak doesn't end and that I get frozen anytime I'm not looking directly at the screen. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. Then I'm going to add a screen right there. There we go. Then go back. Then add. It's like a puzzle, but this is the way it has to be done. If not, I'll stay frozen anytime I'm trying to read. There we go. We did it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me take the chapter. Make sure I got this shit correct. There we go. Perfect. All right. Done. Okay. Couple more seconds so the timestamp lines up. And all right, guys, this is where we are with Game Pass right now. We got a new list of games that are coming out, and it's just immense at this point. And obviously it's a mix. It got some ultimate, it got some games coming to premium. I'm going to go over, I want to talk about what's coming, but that's just to see that. The bigger conversation is about the fact that how Game Pass over here is so great and everything that comes with it. Going into the idea of some news we got about Project Helix and kind of showing how this ecosystem is just so amazing, man. We got to talk about it a little bit because we just keep getting more. So let me go ahead and bring this up, right? So if we look at this list, first of all, goddamn, look at how many games are on here, right? It's a lot of games. It's a lot of games. Games that, first of all, who the fuck knew DayZ was still alive? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that people were still playing DayZ?
I didn't know people were still playing it, but I mean, yeah, I still was still around, but I didn't know like it was like a big thing.
Like I feel it had came out before to Game Pass, and I don't know. So that's coming, right? But there's a whole bunch over here, and goddamn, this is this is not great because it's so small for me that I can't read it. So I got to come over here and look at it on my little screen so that I can read for you guys what I'm seeing because this is wild. All right, so I go here, boom. All right, there we go. So we have Daisy coming out, Endless Legend that's coming to premium, which I'm assuming that means is already an ultimate or will be. Firebreak is going to premium. Planet Coaster 2 is dropping into ultimate. I don't know if that's a day one drop. I don't know if that game's already out. Tiny Bookshop, that game is coming out day one. Football Manager on PC and on console, Football Manager 26. You got Hades 2 coming, right? That's a huge deal. You got fucking Replaced coming next week. God,
About time.
bro. Goddamn. Is it finally it's finally coming, man. It's finally coming, and goddamn is it amazing. Played the demo, and what an amazing experience. Oh, it's like 2D Batman for me with the fighting and the way you can go ahead and block and parry and do all this stuff. It's so dope, so well done. Graphically, it's amazing. It's gonna be it's going to be everything. So next week that drops day one in the Game Pass. You got this game, the Thaumaturgy. I don't know what that game is, but I do know that E Ranks. I saw him in a reply, and he was like, "God damn it! I just bought the game last week." Right, so that game is coming right into Ultimate. You got Oblivion going into Premium, which again, Xbox has been keeping on their word, right? Within a year or by a year, they're getting these games, and it was April that Oblivion dropped, right? Last year.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right. So boom, that's dropping in there, right? So like clockwork, premium, as time goes on, premium is going to be a much easier sell because there's going to be a lot of first party, day one games in there that they're going to be able to experience if you hop in to into premium if you're not doing ultimate. So that's just getting better and better and better every month. You got NHL 26. Now I know we already got NBA 26 in the Game Pass, but NHL 26. Then you have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which if you haven't played the story for this game, you need to go do the story mode for Modern Warfare. It's fucking really good. You have Little Rocket Lab going into premium. You got SOPA going into premium. And then this is a big one, Vampire Crawlers, another day one drop. Day one in the Game Pass. That is going to be dope to check out. And then rounding it out, you got the first party drop of the month, and that's going to be Killin. If you don't know what Killin or Kiln, I like Killin better because that's what you're doing in the game. You're killing these pots.
It's a pottery kiln.
It's a pottery. Oh, it's a pottery kiln. I didn't know that, but Kiln is a game that I will say do not sleep on that game. First of all, Double Fine joint, right? Double Fine, they make nothing but great titles, interesting titles. That's where they live in that space. They made, Psychonauts 2, which was banging, right? Amazing game. If you haven't played that, you got to go check that out. But now this is their follow-up. And again, this is obviously the thing about Double Fine, and the thing that keeps them exciting is that they're almost like, and like stay with me for a second, they're almost like Media Molecule for PlayStation, where they make kind of interesting things. The difference though is that Media Molecule makes one game every 48 years, and I don't know what dirt they have on Sony and on PlayStation to not be closed already, because they haven't released anything since Dreams, and I don't even know if that thing is still going. But Double Fine, they make all types of quirky, cool type experiences, and this is one of them, right? I don't know if you guys seen the trailers for it, but it's a fun little game where you go ahead and you make your own, vase or your own pottery to go into battle, and then you just go fight the other side, and you're trying to put out their furnace. It's all really cool stuff. It's definitely intriguing. I'm wondering if they're gonna do an open beta probably before release. I don't know if we've heard that. Have you guys heard that at all? Whether or not there's like an open beta for Kiln?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything about Kiln since the developer direct.
Okay. So so we can't really like talk about it, I don't think. So I'm not gonna say anything. But I will say
I do like the fact you called it a Double Fine joint, because from what it's actually better if you play it while you have one.
Interesting. I mean, that might be true. That might be true.
All the colors for Keeper,
Oh man, Keeper was amazing. Goddamn. Wow, it's funny when I brought up Double Fine, I went to Psychonauts 2 because it's the one that so many people know. But Keeper, that is a keeper for sure. If you ever played that, you have to go do that. But again, you're talking that Keeper came out last year, didn't it?
October, I think, last year.
Yeah, came out last year, and they already got another joint this year, and they're probably gonna have another one next year. Like they have smaller titles that are cooking while they work on their main dish. What their main dish is, we don't know.
Yeah, I think he said when he talked about Kiln, it's like, yeah, we have. Because that was like one of their pitch projects. They take off 2 weeks or something like that and just throw pitches out. Say, oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's the jam, whatever it is. Yeah, so the thing is that they go ahead and they basically give anybody at the studio the ability to lead their own game. You know what I'm saying? Like if you pitch a game that is dope, that they like and they want to move forward with it, you get to lead your own game. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like it levels the playing field at the studio, right? Where you kind of never feel like you're just, working there, right? Like at any moment, if you come up with something dope, you could run with your own little pitch. I mean, that's cool. That's cool stuff. But that's the month, right? That's the month right now.
Patman said it in the chat, and I just pulled it up. There is going to be a beta for Kiln, but I don't see a date for it yet.
Yeah, there will be an open beta. Yeah, because they announced it for sure. So I definitely suggest checking that out when it drops. It is fun. It is fun. But this is the month, right? Now, in general, it's a great month. You got some real big highlights. I want to see what you guys feel is your highlights. But like for me, Replace is number one, big time. Like not even like, oh my god, I cannot wait for Replace. Hades 2, I'm definitely intrigued to try out for sure. I liked Hades 1, but I'm not too big in those games, so I'll play them for a little while and probably bounce off. Kiln, I think is going to be a fun game to definitely hop into play, so I'm looking forward to that. Vampire Survivor is a Vampire Crawlers is another joint that I'm definitely interested in checking out. And I'm kind of interested in the Thaumaturgy game, even though I have no idea what it is.
Just say Therm.
What's it?
Just call it the Therm game.
the Therma game. I don't know. I saw E-Ranks talking about buying it, so I was like, oh, that's probably a good game. So for me, that's going to be like the highlights. But as I normally do, I will just go ahead and put these games on. You know what I'm saying? Like on cloud, I'll go hop in and just try out some of these games, see if anything sticks that I like. But apparently Vampire Crawlers has a demo out now per Powerball, so shout out to you, bro. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by Thaumaturgy for sure, because I saw G maybe say it's an RPG, so I'm definitely down to check it out. But this is the one. What about you guys, Broke Boy? What are your kind of highlight for this
Hades?
month?
Hades 2 I got on Switch. I haven't played a lot of it. I keep getting distracted playing other things, but I tried a little bit of it. I did like what I played. Replaced, like I say, it's been so long since it's supposed to have been coming out. I want to finally see what it actually is. I mean, I've seen like trailers and stuff like that, but I want to see for myself now about it. Modern Warfare 2019. By the pace they're going with COD games, we should have them all by around 2040.
Did you play that game?
Which one?
Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah. I remember doing the campaign when it came out, but I haven't played it since then, so I'll probably end up cracking it out again. The thing I like about these older CODs, I wish they do it with the older CODs, is when they bring these out, you get a little resurgence in the multiplayer lobbies too.
Of course. That's really the beauty of them, and that's why, honestly, that's why they take so long to put them out. They kind of let them breathe for a little while, because again, people live in these games for a long time, man. They love this multiplayer, bro. It's nonstop.
I thought Firebreak was already out on. I thought Firebreak was already on Game Pass. They must have waited and came back.
It is. It's on Ultimate. So remember, they bring games to premium later. So like some third-party games drop day and date in both places, and then some only drop in Ultimate. So for instance, like Hades 2 is dropping in Ultimate and premium same day.
Yeah. Like I say,
so those premium members are getting a lot of value, man. Like I know the most hardcore of us are gonna be on Ultimate. But honestly, like if you're not as hardcore and you just want to be able to go ahead and experience some really great games, premium is gonna be more than enough for most people. Like more than enough. Like the backlog, if you subscribe to premium day one, your backlog is murdered. Like you have a lifetime of games to play through. If no other game ever went into premium, you're stacked with high quality games. But the fact is that every month premium is becoming an easier and easier sell, because more and more of these games are coming in. So more and more of the day one drops that came on Ultimate are coming in to premium, like we talked about with Oblivion, right? Oblivion's 1 year, boom. So as these months keep going on, there's more and more games that are dropping in to premium, which again is going to make it a huge sale for people to not jump in Ultimate and jump in here, who can't afford to go that high. I can tell you right now, premium by far shits on PlayStation Plus. Like, it's not even a conversation. Like, that's not even a discussion. It's nothing to, like, there's nothing. You don't talk to any pony and be like, oh, your PlayStation Plus versus our premium, I wonder how that shakes out. No. PlayStation Plus doesn't even deserve to exist, to be honest with you. It's kind of a waste of life.
I'll play some NHL 26 too, because I don't buy sports. I don't buy the EA sports games anymore. I used to buy them on an annual basis, but like I'll just wait a year and play it when they come out on the service.
Same.
If any game should be a subscription, if any game should be a subscription service, to me, it should be sports games, because all you're doing is really paying for your rosters. And one or two
Game Pass gives you exactly what this is supposed to be. Think about it. We talked about it forever, right? Subscription sports games just make sense because there's so little that changes, right? That they should just be something that happens, every not subscription, I would say, but like it should just be an update, right? Like an update pack you buy or whatever it is. So now
roster pack or something like that.
Right, to Game Pass, you're always going to be getting the latest sports game as they drop, throughout the year. Again, we're getting 2026 versions of these games, not 2025, like just went into the PlayStation Plus catalog. They got what is it, the golf game 2025? I don't know. They got one of the sports.
Yeah, they got a PGA 2K26, I think it was, or something like that. 2K25 maybe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I say, not really with sports games like that. You're really paying for one or two new features. The big thing is updated rosters and maybe one or two new stadiums.
It's true. So yeah, I mean, look, this is something that is again, something that's happening every month, where that premium is just getting stronger and stronger. We already know Ultimate it's literally called Ultimate for a reason. It is the ultimate gaming subscription, but premium is no slouch. Farrell, are you there, or do you
Yeah, I'm here.
try to? All right. What out of this particular list? What are you kind of most hyped for?
Out of this particular list, I'm probably gonna check out my top 3 that I'll probably check out is Hades 2, Kiln, and Replaced. Those are probably my top 3.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's going to be what a lot of people feel, right? When they look at this list, those are going to be the big ones. But again, so much content here to explore, and honestly, like it's easy to look at something like Tiny Bookshop or the Rocket Game or Sopa or whatever it is, and you might be like, oh, these are not huge games. That doesn't mean they're not good. That doesn't mean that if you went and just streamed it on cloud or whatever and played it that you wouldn't enjoy it, right? There's a lot of hidden gems that get released on a normal basis. So it's definitely worth hopping into. But that's the beauty. You already have the subscription, so it's just easy to kind of connect. But the crazier part of this, right, is that this is our April, but we already have our May banger coming. Right. So this is just the start for us right now, right? All these games coming to April. We got Kiln. That's technically the first party game dropped this year, right? Is that correct? Did I miss any that snuck in? This was the first one, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think this is the first
this is
big list that they dropped for the month.
It's definitely the first one from the developer direct to pop up.
Yeah, so Kiln is the first salvo from first party, but next month we have one of the game that will most likely in the long run turn out to be the biggest game that Xbox drops, and that's Forza Horizon 6. Okay, that's coming day one into Game Pass Ultimate next month. Right, so we already have that going. Right, the following month you got Summer Showcase. Right, so we're gonna see all the stuff that's coming there. We know Gears is gonna be a huge highlight there. We know we're gonna see stuff on Halo, on Fable. All those updates are gonna come through, and then the back half of the year, nothing but bangers. Right, nothing but heavy hitters. You have the rest of the Halo, Gears, and Forza and Fable. Right, Forza's coming out now. We got the rest coming out later. It's gonna be a crazy year. Now, I have another thing I want to show you guys because it's kind of going together for me when I look at this, right? Because if I go here and then go, is that the correct? Nope. All right, if I go here and then go here, I want to get this little piece here because I don't know if we saw this. Here it is. All right, so I will do this. All right, so Game Pass we know is cooking, right? That's the huge W for us. All right, but we also have something else cooking, which is a new console, right? A new console that we are almost certainly going to be seeing this June, and that we should be on deck to receive this new console release next year. We already know devs are going to get it. That's right. It's Project Helix, right? So again, Game Pass, fantastic stuff, right? Game Pass crushing it. I want to go ahead, convert right over to what this little update on Project Helix says, and then we could talk the bigger picture of how Xbox is controlling the zone. You know what I'm saying? The narrative is nonstop Xbox. You have the absolute banger of a console they're going to release. You have the absolute banger subscription with Game Pass. It's just so much to go into. But right here, there was this post that was put up, and it says there was a new technical deep dive into the Project Helix hardware, and they're confirming a massive shift in console architecture. The RDNA 5 Magnus SoC isn't just a performance bump, it's a total reimagining of the bill of materials to prioritize unified memory efficiency. by leveraging 48 gigabytes of GDR7 RAM, Microsoft is effectively creating a zero bottleneck environment that allows for PC tier path tracing without the typical thermal throttling of a closed box system. This isn't just about raw power, it's about a hardware first ecosystem that makes the current mid gen refreshes look like legacy tech. Asha Sharma is clearly building a machine designed to survive the next decade of high fidelity human crafted art. All right. So, listen, first of all, I'm so pumped for next gen, right? Like, I'm so pumped for Helix. I'm so pumped for everything that is going to be in this box and what this box is going to bring. And I really feel like Xbox is going to I believe they're gonna really shit on the idea of what a console is power wise, right? I think they're gonna be doing huge strides. I think there's gonna be a huge bump, like they said, not just a little performance bump. It's a ground up reimagining of a console, right? Like I almost feel like we've been getting the same iterations of what's in a console and just little spec bumps, right? But what it seems like now is they're going to be shifting, and we saw this at GDC when I was there. You know, you could tell the way they're talking about this. They're looking to really change the way that they're going to go ahead and produce this box so that developers can get the most power for it. We already know PlayStation is whatever their thing is going to be. They're literally making every piece of tech for everything else to work with it anyway. So we know that we're not going to see anything special out of PlayStation's box, where I feel like Xbox, they're going to put a lot of special in it, but special in a way that's easy for devs to use, nothing that they have to go out of their way to do, but instead when they just use the stack, it'll go ahead and help them take advantage of everything very easily, which is also going to transfer to PC. I mean, it's really a phenomenal situation that they're going to kind of be getting involved in, which kind of makes it a bigger, for me, conversation with what Xbox has coming and what it means to the hardcore players, right? Because you got Game Pass that is nonstop, right? Nonstop. We just saw, right? So much stuff coming in. That was just, by the way, that's just, I don't know if that's a full month, because normally they give us like the first half, right? Normally they do like a two banger, right? They normally start in the beginning and then like halfway we get another list. So if that's the case, we still have another back half of Game Pass to go on top of this this list they gave us. But again, when you think about that, then you think about the absolute domination that they're going to have in the hardware space, right? You're literally looking at minimum one, more likely 2 to 3 years before a PlayStation 6, if it were ever to come out, would come out, right? So Xbox is primed to have the biggest kind of, lead as far as next gen hardware out there, right? When you go ahead and see here where they're talking about path tracing at PC level, right? PC level path tracing, which is crazy, right? It's crazy. If you've ever seen it, you know how crazy it is. So when you see them going ahead and putting themselves in a position where you take Game Pass, you take this new hardware, and you join the Xbox ecosystem, which I feel like there's a chance that you're going to see a lot of people, and I don't mean millions and millions, like crazy, hardcore, big ass numbers, but I'm saying in the community, you're going to see a lot of people who are going to jump to Helix, right? Who are going to jump into the new Xbox ecosystem or the new Xbox console, because of the fact that you're going to see shit on there that you're not going to see anywhere else, right? There's not going to be a PS5 Pro version of it that's going to look crazy amazing in comparison. Like it's literally going to shit on every other version of the game. So you're going to have like this hardcore that's going to be excited, right, to kind of go up there. And I see you, Pragmatic. What's up, man? FPS is better than any of that stuff. Look, they just got to do it together, right? It should not be an either or. I don't want an either or, because if that was the case, Prag, they can give you 400 frames per second with stick figures and crayons. You know what I'm saying? Like they can make some fugly shit and give you crazy, FPS. They need to get to the point where it's like PC, where I get to choose how I want to do it, but I want to make sure that I'm getting the absolute highest fidelity with minimum 60. I really don't like 120 is great for competitive stuff, but 60 is going to be the way. And honestly, I really feel like if they embrace it correctly, the game should automatically, if we're talking about the Helix having essentially kind of like this PC vibe to it, right? It should default to the configuration that the developers want it to look like on that piece of hardware, right? So Helix should have, developer makes the game. When you turn on the game, you go press start, play, get into the game. It's already set up with the best version that the devs imagined, right? Whether that's 60, 4K, or whatever you want to do. But at that point, they should allow the tinkerers to go ahead and choose how they want to expand it further. Because the beauty about PC is that if you say to yourself, you know what, I want to max out everything to the absolute max, you can do that at pretty much any level. You just got to reduce the resolution, and that'll get you there, and then reduce frame rate if you need to. So if you're still in the I could deal with the cinematic 30 FPS mode, they should let you do that. They should let you go to 30 and then crank everything else. Whatever the case is, they need to prioritize having 60 as a minimum. Like you said, Pragmatic, they already dropped the ball. And I would say, I'm not going to say them, I'm going to say everybody, right? The industry really dropped the ball with kind of getting to 60 FPS as the norm, at least to begin with, right? I guess most of the stuff now is coming out with 60 FPS stuff. But in the beginning, for sure, they kind of shit the bed. But yeah, I mean, again, for me, I kind of want to open up the discussion with you guys, and just kind of take a look at Xbox's unique position in the industry right now, where they have the absolute best subscription service, bar none, no possible way to deny it, with Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate specifically, but Premium is kind of cranking up and catching up, right? So they got the absolute banger of subscription service that everybody wish they had, and that's why they hate on it, Game Pass. They are also going to be the first to drop a next-gen box, and that's going to be next year. Again, fingers crossed that they show it this summer. I'm not saying that they absolutely will. So don't be like, oh, CMoney, they didn't show it. I'm not saying that I know for sure it's going to be there. It just feels like it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a feeling, like in my gut. I'm like, it just feels like this is the right moment to show something. Maybe not at the actual Xbox showcase, but around it, right? Maybe right before, maybe at FanFest. That's really the hook, right? When they said FanFest in there, when we read it, we talked about it on our previous show. When we read it, it said they're going to take, during FanFest, you're going to get a look at the previous 25 years, and then they're going to show you what's to come, or some shit like that. Something about the future of gaming. And the fuck is the future of gaming? Helix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the future of gaming. Unless they're just going to show next-gen games with no box, and they're just like, let me give you a sneak peek at games to come. I mean, that would be really dope. What would be really cool, now that I know I'm going a little tangent, I still want to get you guys into this conversation, but what would be cool is if they treated FanFest, oh man, I kind of get excited about it. If they treat FanFest like like id Software treats the their day. Don't they have one? What is it?
You talking
They
about
have a day.
business?
You talking
They have
about QuakeCon or
one?
something?
Huh? Is it QuakeCon? I don't know. I remember like there was a game revealed that nobody knew about. Remember that? Was it like Doom something? Doom back in the day, they showed it, right? They showed it during their special event for fans. I forget the name. ID. I don't know what they called that shit. But it would be cool if during FanFest they give a sneak peek to the people who are at FanFest. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh, if you're there, you get a sneak peek at something to come. I would love that. But it seems like they're doing it.
Yeah, it is
You know what I'm saying?
QuakeCon.
Like seems QuakeCon. Okay. It seems like in the phrasing future of gaming, I mean, there's no other thing it could be, right? They're either going to show us a box or going to show us some next gen games, right? So being that they are now going to be dropping a banger of a console next year, again, minimum 1 year, but at least 2 to 3 years before something that PlayStation will put out. If anything, PlayStation's next thing that might be dropping around the same time seems to be their little handheld that's going to be as powerful as a PlayStation 5. Which imagine releasing a handheld that only played PlayStation 5 games at PlayStation 5 level when you can go buy an Xbox Ally X, play all the games at high levels, and you could play PlayStation games that are already released in high levels. Why? Who would do that? I don't know. That sounds
You mean
crazy.
the new PlayStation handheld that will come out next year, or the year after, that is powerful than a Series S that came out 8 years ago?
Exactly. Exactly. All right. That's the reality of what it is. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. The idea of this kind of domination that Xbox has over the industry right now. And you know, again, and I'm not like, let's stop the bullshit. Nobody cares about the sales. You guys could do whatever you want with sales. I don't give a shit about any of the sales. I'm talking about for us gamers, for us core gamers. Xbox is really dominating, right? They're giving us amazing content in Game Pass. They're giving us already, we're starting this month with the first party output. Again, they're starting small with Kiln, rolling into the heavy with Forza Horizon, and then sometime between June showcase and the end of the year, I would say June showcase and November 19th, right? So before Grand Theft Auto, we're going to get Halo, Gears, and Fable.
Yes.
And then who knows what else we got coming, right? This is just what we know. They really have this grip, and then rolling into this between Game Pass and the new hardware coming, and them kind of position themselves as the place to be for real gamers. What are your thoughts on it, Broke Boy? Like, what do you think about this entire idea and where they are and where they're going, and you know, take it for whatever direction you want to go with it.
I like where they're going. I just want to see them get there. How's that? Oh, and the first, I guess we could call it a major release this year, has already happened. Technically, it's that World of Warcraft expansion. Somebody else mentioned in the chat that.
I mean, I guess that might be true.
I mean, exactly. I can read the spec list all day and say, "Oh, that sounds cool. I like that. That sounds good." Until I actually see it in action, it excites me to see what it has. But I want to see it'll excite me more when I see what it does.
Of course.
But I mean, everything I'm hearing, I definitely like. Like I say, of course, I'm still not seeing you're seeing the June possibly. I'm still not seeing June. I'm seeing maybe Gamescom or in the 25th anniversary stage where they might show it. You might. I would like. It would be kind of cool to see them have something either at June or Gamescom saying this is what the games are going to look like on this new device.
I get that. So as far as Xbox's position though in the industry right now for gamers, I mean, where do you think they stand for you? Like, how do you feel? Like, how do you see what they have going on with their complete domination with Game Pass, but also with the fact? I mean, look, doesn't matter anything other than the fact that when that box drops, it will be a next gen box versus everything else that's out. So no matter what, it will be the absolute most powerful way for you to play a game on a console. And it's going to look amazing with, you know, the DLSS 5 type of software that they're going to introduce, you know, their version of it, right?
With them and their publishing status, it will be hard to argue that they are the most, I don't know if the term is right, rounded, because they don't limit themselves to one style. I mean, what are we getting this year? We're getting Gears, we're getting racing, we're getting a third person over the counter shooter, we're getting a first person shooter, we're getting an RPG, we're getting the little family killing game. I mean, COD. I mean, we're getting all different styles of games. They're not just limited to the third person over the shoulder stealth action adventure hero game. So, but yes, I mean,
yeah.
Kiln's one of those. Like I say, I'm probably going to give it a shot because it looks like it'd be more of a family game than just sit back and play. Maybe play it, sit back and laugh at it.
It's competitive. It's competitive.
Yeah. It's gonna be
like you're playing online. You're not playing with your family. You know
I'm sure you can set up like family like lobbies and stuff too.
But possible. I don't know yet.
But yeah, I mean, like I say this, and with Game Pass, like I say, they can argue about the best value in gaming all they want. All I know is, like I say, with all the first party they got coming out, they're probably going to save me what $500-$600 or something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, the guys arguing say, "Well, you guys don't buy games anyways." Like then I showed them my games list, and they're like, "Well, those are all on Game Pass." Like, yeah, doesn't mean I don't own them either.
Yeah. It's
you
such
can't
a
say
weird situation for these people.
You can't say you own those. They have the Game Pass logo. Say, yeah, look down on my PC. It says owned.
Yeah. Well, that's just petty fucking baby ass PlayStation pony shit.
And to be honest, how many people? I mean, there are some that will play games over and over and over again, but how many games do you actually play more than a couple times?
Yeah, I mean, not many. This works great for me.
Except for me in Expedition 33, I actually added another playthrough on another platform, so now I actually put 3 simultaneous playthroughs.
Shit, 100%. Yeah, you got plenty of them. You can play them all day, anywhere. I will say, Patman, you're right. When we talk about what's coming, don't forget Infinity Ward's Call of Duty is this year.
Modern Warfare. We'll probably see that. We might see it. You see a glimpse of that at the showcase too, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to see the showcase for sure.
Then they'll get the
what do you think?
Well, I don't know. Do you have to see Call of Duty at the showcase this year?
Yeah, I think that's part of.
I think last year they did just the trailer for Black Ops 7 at the showcase, and then I think it was after Gamescom or something they had the direct or whatever they call it.
At their own special date for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can see Call of Duty having its own special day so that like.
But I think it'll definitely be at the show because that's Xbox's flex, right?
Yeah. They at least be a teaser.
100% want to link it.
Well, if that's
they want you to know that if you want to see the new Call of Duty, even a glimpse of it, you got to watch the Xbox showcase to do it. I don't think there's a world where they don't have it.
Well, last year did that,
but it might be hey, check this out, and full multiplayer. It's probably gonna be the single player, right? And then full multiplayer reveal, and they'll give us a day sometime.
I think last year they actually did last year at the summer showcase, Black Ops 7 was the one last thing.
Yeah. It's just interesting because, you know, Gears of War, I know they're different games, but they're both shooters. So it'll be interesting to see how to handle that one. Because they could definitely give Call of Duty its own special day as an Xbox event.
Well, they will have their own special day anyway, because COD always has their what they call the next event, which is their preview for the game.
Okay. I'll be interested to see how they handle that. I'm not saying it won't be there, but it'll be interesting. Yeah, I think everything with Helix, if they show it at the Xbox showcase, I can't imagine them showing it in June and it not releasing until next November. I can't imagine that being the case, but I can't imagine them showing it at the June showcase and having like a huge ramp up event after event, promoting the Helix, not only the capabilities, but the games that are going to be launching in that Helix window. So I could see that. And as far as like gamers moving over, I think the most hardcore of hardcore gamers will move over. I think the idea of a hybrid and you being able to play everything will be enticing. And I think what may be the final like nail in the coffin for, the more hardcore group of gamers that we're talking about is the fact that, we don't really think about it like this, but Microsoft has these long-term agreements with these RAM manufacturers, and they've been able to secure RAM at a certain price that, maybe their competitors haven't been able to. So from a price to performance standpoint, they might be able to undercut what Sony is going to be able to deliver, and even maybe what Steam is able to deliver, where like the Steam machine may be cheaper overall, but from a price to performance aspect, it just doesn't equal. Like, why am I going to pay, $700 for a Steam machine when if I pay, $400 more, I get so much more. I'd much rather just get the Helix. It may be one of those type of situations just because Microsoft is hoarding so much RAM for themselves at the moment, and they really don't have anything to do with it until, these data centers get built. It could get allocated to some of these Helix devices. So that could be a thing. So I think it's very interesting. I think, like I said, I think a lot of hardcore gamers will definitely be interested in moving over, especially if the competitors aren't going to offer anything that's kind of close to it. Like PlayStation 6, there's no guarantee that they're aiming for a high spec machine that's going to be, way higher priced than what the PS5 is currently at with the PS5 Pro. They got to be at least like what, $200-$300 more than the current PS5 Pro, which is $900. So to go anything over that, to be like in the quote unquote Helix range, what people are saying might be a little bit more than $1,200. I don't know if they're willing to dive into those waters. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see like who these next generation devices appeal to, because as they go to a certain price point, like we're looking at plus $1,000 devices, the value is really going to have to be there for the hardware. And if the value's not there, and Xbox is like the gold standard, then it's just going to challenge, like, yeah, I've had a PlayStation my whole life, but is it really worth, $1,200 when the Xbox Helix is, let's say, $1,300 or $1,400, and it gives me so much more? It's gonna be a interesting thing. So
also keep in mind that pricing, we were talking about like Phil Spencer had mentioned a while ago that, well, I don't remember how it came up, but like they weren't looking to absorb the cost anymore, right? That they were trying to go ahead and make money on these boxes. But Asha this is Asha's Xbox now.
yeah,
And we're all assuming that it's going to be $1,200-$1,300. But I mean, we don't know if Xbox just says, fuck it, we're gonna absorb, a lot of that cost and keep it in the 900. Can you imagine if that motherfucker comes out at $900 and you got the PS5 Pro at $900 right next to it? That would be crazy. Now, I don't personally think it's going to be under $1,000, but I'm just saying we don't know what Asha is able or willing to do to kind of push, that
yeah.
stamp that she's looking to put everywhere.
I just don't think
I
it can
did
be
that.
cheaper than the Ally X. I don't think it can be cheaper than that. So I'm not even thinking about the PS5 Pro.
Like I said, the Ally X though is kind of a tricky situation because with that you're still paying for a screen and battery too.
Yeah.
And you're paying for the markup from Microsoft,
Asus.
right?
And
Because
Yeah.
now you got two
Asus.
people who need to make money. Like
Yeah.
Asus absolutely has to make money because that's the only money they're making. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So if you think about that, there is a pretty wide gap there. Plus, I don't think Asus secured, or went into making this handheld with the idea that they were going to sell tens of millions of it. Where Xbox is banking on the idea of at least 10, to 15 million people.
I don't know if you're going to cover it or not, but you did see that they lowered the price of the base, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to cover it like separately, but you could talk about it here. Yeah, ROG Ally is now $100 less, right? So it went
They're saying the possibility for the reasoning why is Microsoft may have waived their Windows fee for it.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. I mean, that's a possibility.
The Helix thing. My question is, they're dropping Halo, Forza, Gears, and Fable all this year. Helix launches next holiday. What are they launching with it? Halo 7?
I would think.
I mean,
Halo
maybe.
multiplayer. Remember, there's like 2 Halos in development. They said they had multiple ones, so I would guess that would be one for sure.
Well, let's also
because I said that about PlayStation. Yeah. PlayStation blew their load on all their major first-party games the first couple of years PS5. That's why they're kind of slacking right now because they don't have anything else too good.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of other reasons why they canceled what they were making and closed down studios that were making the games. Yeah, I mean, look, there's definitely stuff that can launch, right? You got I see if you look in the chat real quick, you got Blade can absolutely launch next year. State of Decay 3 can absolutely launch next year.
Clockwork Revolution could always sneak out next year. Could always possibly come out with it.
Yeah. Like there's definitely Clockwork is definitely something that could drop.
But the heavy hitters of the 4 pillars will have just released. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, but then again, you got to remember, like, the world doesn't stop when the game releases, right?
Oh, I know.
Like there's people who are not going to play it right now, right? And you got to remember, one of the big bonuses that this generation holds for us right now is that this new console is not going to necessarily be a quote unquote new generation console. It's going to be just a more powerful console because the only reason for there to be a new generation is if there's some type of paradigm shift in the PC market where they're like moving to a whole nother structure and you need to change everything. For now, the Xbox Series X and S, the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro, both those sets of consoles can 100% play any game that's being developed today. And I do not think that Xbox will go ahead and say, hey, we're making a exclusive game for Helix. I don't think that's happening at all. I think you're going to get exclusive features. I think you're going to get the exclusive graphical suite that is going to be there, but they're not going to go ahead and be like, oh, there's this special game only for Helix.
The thing I'm just falling back on is the launch of the Series SX. He said there were no launch titles for it, really. I don't want them to fall into that situation again.
Well, I mean, if they did, that would be a choice on them, because I also don't want them to rush a game.
Oh, that's
not ready.
I agree with that too.
But I will say that
the Elder Scrolls 6 too.
Well, yeah, but that seems unlikely. That's probably going to be like 2028 at the earliest. But I will say, I would not look at this, and that's why I'm thinking June, right? Farrell, you said you don't think that they'll show it in June.
No, I just said I don't think that they'll show it in June and release it in November. I would think it would be before November. I think 15 months most from.
So, but this is what I'm saying. So the reason I'm suggesting that they would and still do that, because I'm looking at this more like how they did the One X over the One.
Mhm.
Right? The One X was categorically a gigantic jump, right? It could have been its own generation compared to the
The
Xbox
Xbox
One.
One.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I think they showed that the June show before the next year. So it was the year before June showcase where they showed it. And the reason is because again, I don't think Xbox is going to try to pretend that this is not going to be a luxury upgrade, right? This is not something that they're planning on people who have Series S's and X's to all abandon those consoles and move over, right? I don't think they think that at all. I think that this is going to be a core gamer play. I think this is for them to take that title as the best box that's out there, right? Where nobody can fucking even question it. Um, and I think it's going to be something that they'll be like, next year we're bringing you Project Helix, and then they'll show us some games for it. I just think it's all a possibility. I think it's a possibility, because I think that it's something that they're not afraid of telling people up front that it's coming, because they've already told us, right? And I just think that it's not like people who are going to buy that console already have an Xbox or a PlayStation 5, right? I don't think they're concerned with, people saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy one because I'm gonna hold off till that one comes out." I think most people who are going to buy that are just going to upgrade from what they have at some point. I don't know how many new people, like completely new people who don't own one of those boxes, are going to come into the generation and be like, I'm starting with Helix, because that cost, I think, is going to be a bit high for the casuals, right? So I
Now,
think the casuals are still going to be coming in at the Xbox levels, Series X and S level, the handheld shit like that.
do you think they're going to do a Helix and a handheld? I think we already kind of discussed that one.
I really hope so.
A native first party handheld, not a.
Yeah, so that's the rumor, right? The rumor is that they're going to do what they did for the Series X and S, right? So they'll show us Project Helix, okay? They'll show it to us. They'll show us all the games. That's the box we think is going to drop. And unlike last time where it leaked, and that's where Stein got famous for his meme that he posted when the Series S leaked, right? I think excuse me. I think that you're going to have the handheld be released, or have people, talk about it and show it as the surprise lower spec version of the Xbox. I think that they are going to be two separate devices. I think the Xbox Helix is the big boy box, and I think the handheld is separate. Now, I would love for it to be a combo where I can dock it and, I don't know, do something extra with my box. Excuse me. But I think that that's the way it's going to be. And in that case, I will 100% be buying both at the same time, because goddamn, is it going to be amazing? Oh my God, it's going to be so good. But that being said, Farrell, what do you think about the idea that they will be going early? You know what I'm saying? They're going to be going early. They're going to have minimum 1 year. Like PlayStation will have to do some fucking crazy shit to come out in 2028. But the reality is, it's probably going to be closer to 2 to 3 years at this point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, I don't see the PlayStation 6 coming out in 28. I would think more so 29. So yeah, I think Xbox is going to have a pretty good leap, and I think they're going to have a good space to kind of like establish what the Helix is, and I think the biggest thing they're going to establish, along with the Steam machine now, is that the standard of what consoles used to be can no longer be the standard, and it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, the Switch is going to get a pass because it came out a couple years ago, but it's going to be interesting to see how like PlayStation is able to respond to that. Because if they're going to be the only, quote unquote, closed ecosystem in the AAA space, I think that's going to be a big problem for gamers going forward.
I mean, I agree. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to kind of compete in that way. Again, all these conversations we have, we're obviously talking about the subset of core players who give a shit to dig deeper, right? Or as I like to call them, the gamers in the know, right? Those people are going to look at PlayStation sideways when PlayStation says, "Hey, here's our next PlayStation. The only games you can play are the games we put on there or our partners do. No way out, no way to access any other form of gaming." I think that's going to be a hard sell for a core gamer after years of that being the norm on Xbox. It's already obviously the norm on PC. It's already the norm for the Xbox handheld, right? So once the Xbox kind of hops into that, it's definitely going to be, I think it's going to be a rough place for, PlayStation when it comes to core gamers. And we know we're going to talk about it shortly once we swap out of this topic, but we know PlayStation and Sony's not in a great spot right now. And there's some quotes out there going on about things being forced that we're gonna hop into. But they're not in great shape. And unfortunately, as much as PlayStation is a critical part of Xbox, I'm sorry, of of Sony. If Sony is relying solely on PlayStation at a certain point, it's going to be scary waters for them because their PlayStation is not $120 billion part of their business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not, right? So that's going to be a big issue. But let me go ahead real quick. Let me get the homie Trey Bone in the building. Shout out to Trey Bone being a member for 15 months. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much, bud. We got the homie Mac22TH with that $2 super chat. Says, CMoney, doesn't Helix have a custom SoC? Yeah, so that's the Magnus chip that they're working with AMD on. But like custom in the sense of like the power profile that it may have, right? But like it's not custom like, hey, there's this weird thing to go ahead and code to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still something that's going to be within the scope of regular development, but it is custom. So it's not going to be like a fucking like the PlayStation 3 custom thing that they did that everybody's like, "Oh my god, what is this crap?" It's still going to be rooted in, in the PC, right? Of how developers make games. But they're just going to, again, kind of like what we read over here, right? It's a total reimagining of the bill of materials to prioritize unified memory efficiency. So that chip is just designed to work with that box so well to make everything function the way it's going to be the most efficient, right? So I think that's definitely going to be a huge plus for them. Then back with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Says, okay, broke boy, if that's the case, Helix will run different games than a Series X, meaning leaving that console behind, right? Broke boy, is that what you meant?
Well, I don't know if that was related to that custom sock or not, but the stories I've seen is that the Helix will emulate console games. It won't actually play them natively, or there's a possibility maybe they'll have a dual boot PC Xbox OS. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities out there.
So So you're thinking, and I the problem with that is I don't think that those rumors are coming from anybody
Well,
legitimate.
that's what I said.
Seems like it's
That's
more like PlayStation narratives that are out there.
you could also see,
It's
like,
100% it's gonna natively play every disc that you put in there. It's gonna do that natively as the Series X does. The difference is gonna be just your access.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be a console playing the console games, and it's gonna be able to run all those things.
I mean,
Just
that was
like a
always
PC, right? It's not if I buy a more powerful PC after I had an old one and I play my PC game on there, it's not emulating the old game. It's just more powerful. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
it is, but I mean, a PC. I mean, by that reasoning, at least in my mind, you're saying, well, the PC will play most of the older PC games. Xbox, yes, has backwards compatibility, and so does PlayStation, but they can't go back and play all Xbox and PlayStation games. So you've got to find some way around that.
Well, I mean, obviously, when you're thinking about old Xbox games from Xbox One generation, Xbox 360 generation, right? Those games, obviously, most of them are already available to play on the new consoles. But obviously, they are they're from a generation that does not rely on the new normal that is the PC development, field, right? Like what you have out there right now, that's not the way they were made back then, right? They were different boxes completely. Now, the Series X is not going to be any different than the Helix as far as the ability for a developer to make a game for them. It's just going to be the power profile is much higher, and they're going to design the box to make the most of it. So basically, what Microsoft is going to do, which I'm almost certain of it, is that they will go ahead and build you a box that pound for pound will be cheaper than building said power level box, because you're going to have the parts that are going to work coherently, right? They're going to work together to kind of make that box more efficient as far as how fast it runs and what it can do, right? So I think that that's going to be a big difference, but you're not going to it's a console. It's a console.
So they're not going to leave. They're going to find a way not to leave the Series X and S behind, and I understand that.
Yeah, not a chance, because they're not leaving that generation behind. Series X and S is the generation for the next 10 years. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. They're not going to.
There's no reason for
35 million user base or whatever they have.
Yeah, this is what Xbox wants to have happen, and what will happen, because they're deciding this, is that you're going to build on your ecosystem, not change people in your ecosystem. You're not having people who are in your ecosystem and you're telling them, hey, if you want to play the new game, buckle up and pay up. Like, you got to go to this next box. That's not going to happen. What they want it to be is like PC, where if you own a PC, obviously if it's like 20 years old or some crazy shit, you might be, out of luck, right? But if it's anywhere in the last, 15 years, hell, in 2010, I bought a 1080 NVIDIA card, and I think that is still one of the most used cards. Like, it's still there, right? And people are still using it. Yeah, you're playing at dog shit fucking resolutions, but you can still play, right? And I think the point is, where Xbox wants to get to is to a point where, just like we've been telling you here, that exclusives ain't shit. I don't see them doing that to themselves. I don't see them saying, hey, this game is exclusively on this new box. They want you, once you're in that Xbox ecosystem, from the Xbox Series S all the way up, they want you to be able to buy any game Xbox makes in the foreseeable future. They don't want that console number that they built to restart.
Yeah.
They want a game to take advantage of the beast of a box, which we've already seen definitively that developers have been able to go ahead and put absolute amazing quality looking games on the PC platform, and they still look like dog shit when you have a super low end card or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or if you see it on the PlayStation 5.
Except there are people smarter than me trying to figure this out right now. So all I want them to do is to work. And they're gonna do their best to make sure that happens.
And that's what it's all about. Listen, from every conversation I've had, that's what this is all about. It's about ease. It's about making the transfer from that old tech to this new tech. When they're building their games, they literally want them to build one game and it just goes everywhere after they built it, right? So that's something that it seems like they also want to have happen with the Series X and S. Their new stack is including everything because they want developers to build one time and the game is everywhere. So that is going to be a huge focus for Xbox. So like they're not leaving anyone behind. If you're on the Xbox ecosystem, as cool as it's going to be, as exciting as it will be for you to get a new Project Helix when it drops, you're not going to lose access to the games that come out after Project Helix drops. So if you can't afford to go to that next level and you're able to stay with where you are, you could still buy the games you want or play the games on Game Pass. This is just going to be the way forward. We do have the motherfucking homie, our boy, JD Gamer in the building. Shout out to JD Gamer. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says, here's what we know. Helix is the most powerful console next gen. Helix will play PC games, making it the console with access to the largest library. That is such a big deal, guys, to understand. And it gets downplayed and it's annoying, right? It's annoying because the voices that are on Twitter who are out there spending their time talking about this shit, they downplay it as if it's not revolutionary. Like it's not changing the game. And don't get me wrong, it's not revolutionary to PC players because PC players have had the best of all worlds for a long time. But it is revolutionary in the console space. This is completely changing the game. There is no question that when I get on my handheld, okay, and I'm sitting there and I'm playing a game via Game Pass, via the Windows, the Xbox store on my handheld, that knowing that I can go ahead and switch over to Steam and play a review copy of a game that I have that they've sent it to there right on my same Xbox handheld is fucking game changing. The fact that I could jump over and look at something that I bought on Epic Game Store, the fact that I could look at the Humble Bundle and get my games downloaded from there right on my handheld, it is legitimately a game changer, and the world tries to make you think that Project Helix doing this is a nothing burger. They want to make you think that what Xbox is doing with Project Helix is some ploy of desperation and they're just trying to do something because they failed. No, fam, they are elevating the game for players in a way that only PC players understood. There's a reason why they called themselves the master race before, right? They got everything. And now even more so, they call themselves the master race before they had access to Xbox and PlayStation games. Now they literally have everything, right? So the next step to that is buying yourself a Project Helix console when Xbox drops it next year. And all of a sudden you are now part of that quote unquote master race where you have the ability to play your console just like nothing has changed. Okay. You could play your console, your Project Helix console, when you turn that shit on, turn on your controller, go into your account, download some games. you're playing it just like you played on the Series X and S, except it's going to look so much better, right? That standard, you're going to get that right off the rip. You're not losing that. If anything, it's going to be amplified with the tech that it has to take older games and make them even more amazing looking, right? So that's one. But it's just that next level, right? That next step where you're able to go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I saw this game on the show that's going to be on PC only for now. I could go ahead and download that. I can go ahead and plug in the mouse and keyboard to my Helix if I want to play a PC and keyboard only game. Like, these are the things that are going to be the game changers when you have access to these other stores that most of us already have some games for, right? So it's definitely going to be a huge deal. And before we move on, I mean, do you guys agree with this when you look at what JD Gamer is saying, right? It is going to be the most powerful. It will play PC games.
It's not a PC. It's
with the access to the largest.
Not a console. It's a PC. Who cares? They're playing my console stuff. So I've said it before. The biggest argument about the Xbox ROG Ally was, one, it wouldn't play your Xbox games. Two, wasn't made by Microsoft and Xbox. This one's both. So now they just can't say it's a console.
Now they can't say it's what?
Now they just can't say it's a console.
Who can't say it's a console?
The PlayStation guys.
It's absolutely a console.
Oh, I know.
It's
but that's how they're trying to get past it, because I've said
they're going to say it's not a console. They're trying to say that Xbox is out of the console games. They're just going to PC. It's like, you're stupid.
That's what the last several years we've heard from them. Series SX will be the last Xbox console. Now they can't call this a console, because if they do, they would have to admit they were being wrong all these years, and they can't do that.
Well, considering that everybody at Xbox is calling it a console, I think they should shut.
Well, that's just marketing. They're supposed to call it that.
Well, I mean,
I've seen them throw every excuse out there.
Yeah, because they're full of shit. We got JD Gamer back in the building with that $5 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Says Helix will be even easier to develop for than any Xbox ever before. Sounds like the Xbox 360 attitude to me. We also know Xbox is available on more screens. Facts. I mean, that's one of the biggest things, that is going to be available everywhere, number one. So those games are going to go everywhere. But the dev work, again, I'm telling you, I was at GDC talking to these people. Xbox is serious about making this shit the easiest place to develop games for and to get the most from it. You guys can't see her, but my Doodle made a appearance. Hello, my love. So yes, you're 100% right. This is that vibe right now is the Xbox 360 attitude era. Yes. Now, I will say that a lot of people are running with that and thinking that means that exclusives are going to come back. And look, I hope we can all just get to the point to realize that Xbox, like, exclusives are not healthy for the industry. I don't know how many studios need to close. I don't know how many games need to flop before you realize that for gamers, the moment of switching consoles to play a certain game is done. You know why? Because the people who are the most gamers, right? The biggest group of gamers out there in the world, they're not on console, right? They're not on console at all. They don't have the games that we have that we love, right? They don't. On mobile, they don't have those games. They find other shit to play. And that's how you end up with games like Peak. I never heard of the fucking game, but it sold 12 million copies. Why? Because it was on PC and on mobile. This is what they do. They just find other shit to play. No game is special enough to the vast majority of gamers.
I mean,
it's just not what it is.
The most played game on PC is a how old? A 10, 12-year-old game?
Yeah.
with CSGO,
I mean,
or CSGO
it's
2.
the reality.
I guess it's
It's
kind
the
of
reality.
Counter-Strike, yeah.
Listen, the sad thing is that no matter what people do with these games that they're making, the reality is that most people are not they are not in gaming to buy a bunch of games. They're not. Most people found a game that they love and just play it over and over again. And that's why you got games like Minecraft that's still being purchased. How many fucking people can own Minecraft? Well, it still gets purchased nonstop. It's still one of the most played games on every possible place, on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Switch, on PC. It's always one of the most played games. Why? Because they don't need to go buy other games. Minecraft is its own world. Fortnite, people go and they fucking live in that shit. Now, Fortnite even had a problem because they spend way too much money. And if people are not buying the same amount or more, then it fucks with them, right? So they had to do layoffs. But that game is always the number one fucking played game. Number one or number two, but most of the time, number one between that and Call of Duty. So, like, people are staying in these games, bro. They are staying there. And I'm sorry, but look,
because like I said they want to play.
ponies are what they are, right? They're the most ridiculous. I'm always gonna go at them for saying stupid shit in the way they think and the way they treat our ecosystem, right? But let's be real, like that exclusive narrative. I know the people who are championing it, they want it because it helps their channels, right? I understand. I get it, right? If exclusives came back, more Xbox hardcore fans will go out there and want to watch all these things because they want to talk shit. I get it. I understand it. And if Xbox decided tomorrow that that's what they were going to do, and they assured us 100% there was no chance of Game Pass being affected or changed, and the amount of games they're doing, all that shit wouldn't change, then fine, whatever. I don't give a shit. I think it's stupid, but fine. It's just unlikely. And I don't think it's wise to ask them to do it. I don't think it's wise to be like, hey, please give me exclusive so I can feel better.
When Helix comes out, I don't like, because I'm like, I don't, like I say, I told you before, I came in late. The whole exclusive thing, I don't care about either way. But if they want to play the game, when Helix comes out, just imagine how many console exclusives Xbox will have compared to PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for sure, they'll have access to way more games than PlayStation players would. Go ahead, Farrell. What are you gonna say?
So yeah, that's definitely the case because there's so many games that release on PC every day that don't release, that are never going to see console. They're just never going to make it there. So with that being the case, Xbox is going to, have a major exclusive advantage, compared to the PlayStation. So, I mean, I think the exclusive conversation kind of goes in the mud after that, as far as, social media discourse is concerned.
My prediction, if PlayStation does pull their single player games from PC and go straight to PlayStation, the whole PlayStation console exclusive narrative will go away. It'll just go back to exclusives again. We have this exclusive on their console.
I mean, listen, they're not, bro. They've been advertising the fuck out of PC. They're not pulling anything from PC, bro. It's not happening. They only make 1 or 2 games a year. They're so insignificant, even to their own fan base. Who cares if they push it on PC? But they're not taking away what they put, and they already put the only games that matter are already on PC. The only games that matter. If you want to experience the best that PlayStation has ever done, you can do that on your Xbox handheld right now, and you will be able to do that on your Xbox Helix when it drops. That's just 100% factual what the case is. There's no other wiggle room around it. PlayStation can't go in and take away people's games that they already bought and paid for. the cat's out the bag. Those games are already there.
I heard
So-
one of my good dumber comments of the day came from a guy who said, because the post was about PlayStation pulling the stories about PlayStation pulling their first party single player from PC, and then somebody brought up in the comments saying, well, yeah, Xbox is going to pull theirs from PlayStation too. And the guy says, I have not heard anything official from Osh's lips saying they're pulling their games for PC or pulling their games for PlayStation. Like, motherfucker, they haven't even said, PlayStation hasn't even said shit about pulling their games from PC yet. But that was a leaked source.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. But has it come from Herman's lips?
I'm surprised Herman's even there still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that being said, let's go ahead and get our boy JD Gamer back to back with another $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Says, because Helix would be on more screens than PlayStation or Nintendo, I believe that's why Sony sold their TV department to TCL. Expect a PlayStation app on PC and TVs. Which, by the way, if they release a PlayStation app for PC, you would be able to download said PlayStation app on your Project Helix and play whatever you want on there as well. Again, listen, I know the bullshit that people say, oh, well, how is Xbox going to make money off those things? Bro, don't worry about it. It's not your fucking problem. Okay? Don't worry about it. I don't worry about that. I am a gamer. I care about what comes to us. How do we get to play? And again, I'm already living in the future with my handheld. I'm already there, seeing what that life's going to be. I honestly, even the PC app right now, it has that Xbox mode. You go ahead, you put that on. You're experiencing what life is going to be like with this next generation of consoles, where you can play those games on the Xbox app, right? With the Xbox games, but then you can jump to Steam or Epic or whatever you want. It's all integrated. It's all there ready to go for you. It's glorious. Okay. It's glorious.
Just looking at the news and everything, Sony's hurting right now. The only thing keeping Sony afloat, it seems like, is PlayStation.
I mean, and that's unfortunately, I mean, look, the PlayStation Store crushes life, right? Like, they have tons of, microtransactions and shit that they're going to get from those games.
I just saw a while ago. Last I saw last year, PlayStation's market cap was around 100. I'm going my made up financial degree here. That last year, PlayStation's market cap was around 155 billion. Today they're down to 100. Today they're down to 123.
Yeah, it was 128 that they were.
So they're falling fast. I heard some people saying that, again, that's rumor patrol. So say, yeah, well, they're downsizing everything, getting ready to sell. Like, that would be fun.
I mean, that's a possibility, my dude. It's a possibility, man.
Oh, if somebody bought Sony and PlayStation, does that mean PlayStation's dead?
Well, if they keep the brand. But I guess we'll find out how people really feel about PlayStation if it's owned by somebody else. But shout out to JD, because he went ahead and did a motherfucking 5 on point for gamer memberships gifted, man. Shout out to the homie motherfucking JD Gamer. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us. Thank y'all so much for being here. And of course, our boy JD Gamer. Thank you, my friend. In the chat, do the right thing. Put the FBs in the chat. All right. Put the FBs in the chat. Go ahead. Let JD know.
I'm the only one that
he's appreciated.
He'd have the FBs.
You own the EBs. I'll get the. We got to make an EB emoji. We will. It'll be just for you.
We can always have a. That would be funny. An ED one, elbow deep.
ED. There you go. We'll do that one. That'll be your.
I don't know if I want an ED emoji at me.
Listen, I think
ED is something else.
Well, maybe both of them. You know what I'm saying? You get both. You don't. In this case, you don't need it to work because you're getting it the other way. You know what I'm saying? So you're satisfied either way. That's the way it works. But shout out to JD. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And then he's back with another $10 super chat. Appreciate you, my dude. Shout out to the homie JD Gamer. Says, question panel. Why would I buy a PlayStation 6 at $700 to $900 for 1 to 2 exclusives per year and access to 2 to 4,000 games per year when I can get Helix for $900 to $1,200 and get access to 20,000 games a year and get the best console version? You know, JD, this is a very difficult question to answer because there's no fucking reason to do it. Bro, I'm telling you, JD, I know you and I see eye to eye on this. It's very clear. And I said this a while ago, but this is the statement of truth. They don't like it, but tough shit. I don't give a fuck because it's the truth. Gamers in the know will easily buy an Xbox over a PlayStation every time. The PlayStation 6 versus the Helix, there is no competition at all. Not even a blip of a doubt will go into the head of a gamer in the know who is purchasing a new console. There's no debate. There's no doubt about it. No one who knows what's happening here would ever waste their money on a PlayStation 6. Fact. Don't care. Doesn't matter what you say. If you think that you would, that's your own fucked up shit. And that's you not being in the know. That's you being brainwashed by the idea of what PlayStation was and the idea of what these ponies put out on their podcast that you watch and listen to all the fucking time. You are not in the know. You are brainwashed to the nonsense that Sony has given you guys. So that's just what it is. So if you are in the know, you will be buying an Xbox. If you are not in the know, you'll buy a PlayStation. Now, to be fair, there's a lot more of you not in the know than there is in the know. So, like always, PlayStation will continue to sell the box as a dominant force for sure. There's nothing going to stop that from happening unless they somehow make just a horrible box, which is going to be a weaker box. I don't know if it'll be horrible. It's definitely going to be weaker. So, yeah. So, JD, the answer is you wouldn't. You would buy the Helix. That's the answer because you are in the know. And anybody who's smart enough to ask that question is also in the know. So they already know the answer too. Is Xbox always. That's the only way that works. You got the homie Toe Tag in the business. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being here, bro. With that $2 super chat, appreciate you. It says, yo, gotta go. 99 Xbox, the best box. Toe Tag, appreciate you, my dude. Thank you for coming to rock out with us, man. It means a lot that you shared your night with us, man. Appreciate you, bro. We got the homie Mac22TH54 in the building with that $2 super chat. Says, CMoney, don't get it twisted. I'm Helix day one, baby. Yes, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Oh my god, yo, I'm gonna be streaming so much when the Helix drops. I just can't. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be dope. I mean, I love playing on my PC. I love playing on my Xbox. I love playing on my handheld. But that Helix is just. I feel like it's just gonna hit different, bro. I feel like it's gonna hit different. I'm really excited for it. And then of course we have our boy JD Gamer back with another $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my dude. Says, I don't think Helix will have a full PC mode capability. I believe their language suggests a whitelisting of predetermined PC apps a la Epic Games app. So this is the thing. I don't know if you have the handheld, JD, but there's actually two versions of how you can access this stuff. So you are saying you don't think they'll have that mode that you could boot into just the PC mode. And that's true. On the handheld right now, you go ahead, you can click Windows mode and you can just boom, go into the PC, environment and do whatever you want there, right? But on the handheld, you do not have to leave Xbox mode to reach in to the PC space. So pretty much you can go ahead and have the browser, so Microsoft Edge, okay, that's going to be available to you. That'll be on the Helix. It is on the handheld in Xbox mode. So just like on your Xbox right now, you go in your browser, right? You could do that on the handheld. The difference between what you could do on the Xbox now and what you will be able to do on the Xbox later is that when you go to your web browser, you will be able to download the software. You could download Discord. You could download, Epic Game Store. You could download whatever you want, and it'll populate as an app. And the way that it works right now, which I could only imagine that it'll work there, because it actually works the same way on PC as well. Same exact way. Like I could access this through PC, through the Xbox mode if I wanted to. I just don't want to download a bunch of extra shit into the Xbox side of it when I have it already here. So that's the only reason. But what you do is every window that you open up as an app is its own little box, and you could swipe between them, right? So just like on your phone, you know how you have like the iPhone or whatever, and you swipe up from the bottom, and then you can just go through all the different tabs. Literally, what you can do on the Xbox Ally X, the Xbox Ally, and your PC in Xbox mode right now. You go in there and you could just switch between tabs. It's almost like it's actually going to be, I hope they do that in the Xbox, because quick resume is going to be dope like that. Like if you could just pop out and go to the actual open screens and just swap between them, that shit will be so sick. But that's going to be the big difference, JD, that even though there's not like the quote unquote PC mode that you'll turn into, if they choose not to allow that, you will be able to put your hand into that PC side and basically download whatever you want, and it'll work, as opposed to, right now on your Xbox, if you try to download something, I don't think it does it.
Can't you launch a Steam store from Xbox mode on the app or on the run?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah, that's not, the way I was here is you download it from the internet. Where you just launch Steam and download from there.
No. Well, that's because they already put Steam as a thing for you to download.
Yeah.
So they just gave you the shortcut on the Ally and on the PC mode. So it'll be a shortcut again.
I was getting lost there. Like, wait a minute, I've done.
Yeah. They have an assortment of shit that's already pre-done. But like, for instance, if you wanted to get itch.io or whatever, I don't use that, but I've heard of that, right? It's not a pre-selected, tab or icon. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
No, because right now I think it's Epic, Steam, GOG.
Yep. Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. I think EA's on there too.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. Yeah, I don't remember if they have EA.
You've almost got to have it since you've almost got to have it since EA games are in Game Pass.
Yeah, but that's the beauty, right? Like, it's literally going to be a game changer. Like, you got to understand, if you own a Helix, you are special in the gaming world. Again, not PC, right? PC's been living that life, but amongst console gamers, you are now able to experience any game that you want, my dude. And listen, I spoke to some people, and it sounds like they're not going to be necessarily blocking stuff. Like, VR should work on your Helix. Like, if you go to, get a Meta Quest or whatever and plug in, it should work. If you have any of those headsets, it should work, because it's going to have that underlying, PC functionality. So, it should, for all intents and purposes, work. So you're going to have so much available to you. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like, it's utterly ridiculous.
So some people like them, some people don't. But Paris said it best. The Xbox ROG Ally, you are looking at the alpha version of the Helix.
100%. I mean, that's the truth. It's 100% the truth. You're getting that right now. And if you have a PC in Xbox mode, you're also feeling that, because that's what it is, right? That's what makes the Xbox so special, right? It doesn't have all the bloat So everything that you're using is built right there for your games. When I play on PC, my games run so much better in the Xbox mode than it does if you just try to launch it on the regular dashboard, like on the regular PC front. Like it's just a different beast. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different beast. Um, and you know, 100%, Prag. Like this is the thing. Right now, if you had an Xbox Ally X, there would be no you don't have to do shit on PC outside of you'll be on the Xbox app, you click your games, download them, and you're done. You never have to open Steam. You don't have to open anything. It's literally all in the back end. It doesn't even when you go and reach into the PC stuff, it doesn't have any bloat. It all functions off the core power of the system, all power pointing to your game. There's no bloat in the background taking up space or anything. And the way it's easy because on the PC, the moment you exit out of the Xbox mode and you go into the Windows like window environment, bro, you get like a million fucking like everything starts popping up that was waiting to pop up. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you go in there, it's like you just turned on your PC for the first time and all the bullshit starts popping up immediately. So yeah, it's a big difference, right? It's a big difference. It's really an exciting time. Honestly, I have not been this excited for hardware in a long, long time. Like I was super excited for the handheld for sure. But like a console, normally, like, listen, I always love the consoles, but as you guys know, I have beefy PC, right? So like the PC is great, but it has its fucking problems. As you guys saw when I when I tried to stream Crimson Desert, then the day that it dropped, um the PC version wasn't working right. The one that we had. So it fucked me up and I didn't get to stream it till late that night, right? Um so like this new console is going to be such a big deal for me, man. Like I'm so pumped and I want like it's not just the console because again, being at GDC, I really got to see up close how serious they are about developers going ahead and having the ability to choose to work with them to use their stack and then have their games built for every possible other scenario right from that one spot, right? You're gonna build your game there, launch it everywhere you want to. Like that is going to open up so much for these indie devs. And listen, like you can look at an indie and say, oh, there's like these really cheap looking indie games for sure. But then you could also look at the indies who are fucking killing it, making amazing looking games that are just stuck in a certain place and won't go elsewhere because the fact of the matter is, again, after talking to many of these smaller devs, they all are making their game for PC 100%, right? But from there, most of them, all they do is say, I hope we can sell enough so that we could bring our games to console, right? That's what happens every time. And what Xbox is doing is making it so that there's no bar you have to reach to sell enough so that you can finally afford to bring it to a console. Because you make your game one time there, you're going to be able to launch that on the Xbox, on the PC, right? One time, one set amount of work that you've done is now able to be put anywhere because you chose to use that stack. It's a game changer, right? It's a game changer. It's legitimately uh a complete title shift in the industry right now. It's so exciting. It really is.
You know what I did see, Money?
What?
I sent you a picture of my handheld station.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
But I also have a
Discord.
I also have a dock set to my 77-inch OLED for it as well. So now I've got my Legion Go S, Steam OS version, and my Xbox ROG Ally X. Both I can switch back and forth, connect those to my big TV too now, and that's fun.
Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, and I love seeing you pull shit like that, like just being immersed in that shit where you can just set your stuff up and just enjoy gaming how you want to enjoy gaming, right? Like that's the one thing that people can say whatever the fuck they want about you or anybody who is enjoying their gaming just because you fucking play a game on if you buy the PlayStation version of fucking South of Midnight as well as the Switch version as well, like good, enjoy, my dude. Like this, like people think that we are playing like doing this shit because we're in it to just sit there and fucking talk shit. Like, no, we enjoy these games and we want to enjoy them the way we want. Again, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I got this fucking asshole who keeps talking shit about me playing on the console. Bitch, I play on the console when I want to play on the console. I play on my handheld the vast majority of time, because I don't have time to play at my TV. I don't. I don't. I do it every once in a
It's like,
while when I can, but it's like a date I have to set. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, that's like those guys saying, so because we play on Xbox and talk about playing on Xbox, and why you guys hate PlayStation? We don't hate PlayStation. Well, some people do. Some
No.
people do. Except some people do, but I mean,
I own PlayStation. I've given them my money. I hate the fact that they made me waste my money for giving me this shit fucking generation. Like that, I hate.
So exactly. I mean, that's say you just like Xbox. Yeah, I like Xbox. I like PlayStation too, but I prefer Xbox. There's a difference. That's the good old waffles thing. I like waffles. So why do you hate pancakes? I don't hate pancakes.
Look, I mean, look, I know there's a certain group of people, okay? And I understand it, I get it. There's a certain group of people who frequent these shows that we do and other YouTube shows, and all they want is to sit there and say that PlayStation is the worst thing in the world and you hate it forever. And yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing right now. They are being trashed. They can't make shit anymore. And what it looks like to me is my journey with PlayStation is over because there's no I don't have any trust in them as a first party platform, which is the only reason I ever owned a PlayStation, was only for the first party platform games that they made. That's it. That's the only reason. And those games are not living up to my standard. I understand that they're aiming for, like, you know, keeping costs down, and they're going ahead and trying to, you know, placate the masses as much as possible. Even though they just raised the prices, so I don't know how that helped them, but I just think at the end of the day, like personally, PlayStation just we're at an impasse. Like we're done. Like they're going right, I'm going left, and that's it. Like there's nothing else there for me. And I don't think this generation is gonna end. So even if they were to go ahead and be cheeky and release a game that I did want, like a Last of Us 3, right? I'm gonna keep saying it because between Last of Us 3 and Uncharted 5, right? I mean, Last of Us is my favorite on PlayStation, but Uncharted 5, Last of Us, something like that, yes, I'll buy that shit and play it. But I should be able to do that on my PlayStations, right? So I'm not gonna miss out.
Yeah, it sounds like when they raised the PlayStation console prices, everybody's like, "Why you keep talking about PlayStation raising their price?" Like, because you guys won't fucking talk about it.
Yeah, facts. Question: Did the price increase already go into effect?
April 2nd is going to go into effect. Now there are some stores.
Okay, I gotta check.
There are some stores I think that are still trying to get rid of their inventory, like the Walmart right next to me still has them at the other prices. So
okay.
those maybe old stuff.
I'm trying to see if now at the new price, if the trade-in price goes up. You know what I'm saying? So if now at the higher price, maybe they'll get more money for them. Then I'm gonna trade in all my shit, and just leave one.
Then you get the guys who say, you're calling out PlayStation for raising their prices. Where were you when Xbox raised theirs? Fucker, I was bitching about that too.
I wasn't. I already got my Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I've been had mine.
So see, you qualified for number 2 on my list because on the I made a list for the PlayStation guys on the PlayStation price increases. Number 1, you should have bought it. You should have bought it before. 2, you should have bought it now. You better buy it now. 3 was who cares? I already got mine. And 4 was Xbox did it first.
Yeah.
Then you got.
I mean, that's just baby bullshit that they say.
Then you get those guys advertising. It's like, was it? Nah, I ain't gonna say his name, but we all know the guy named with the initials DB. Every fucking 6 hours. You got 5 hours, or you got 3 days, 5 hours, and 10 minutes to buy one before the prices go up. You got 2 days, 5 hours, and 75 minutes before your next goes.
Oh, I don't even see that. I don't see that.
These guys were counting down the days until it says, you better buy one now because in this many days it's going up. You better buy one now because now it's one less day for you to get it before it goes up.
Yeah, I think the world just needs to understand that most people, the vast majority of people, the people that Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo hope are buying their consoles don't actually give a fuck about the industry at all.
Yeah.
Zero. They don't care. That's why when people were boycotting, quote unquote, boycotting Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy, that shit still fucking sold like crazy because nobody gives a fuck about the nitty gritty details of the industry and what's happening. They only care that they bought a Harry Potter game. Okay. The world doesn't give a shit. The world doesn't look into it. Let me tell you something. Most people are trying to figure out how to pay their fucking bills. Okay. Let alone trying to worry about the fucking differences in PlayStation and Xbox. They don't. They just default to what they know. If they like to have a console in their house, they'll buy whatever they already have. That's just what it is.
And that's part of why PlayStation is still where they're at on their console sales. Everybody has a PlayStation. They're gonna, because I think I mentioned it before again. If you look when they do their financial reports, their monthly or their user base is not growing. It's usually around 120 to 125 billion, or 120 to 125 million. But if you look, the only thing they're doing is PS4 people are buying PS5s. They're not getting a new player base. That's their problem.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a reason why they're not planning to come out with a system anytime soon. They have no idea. If they're going to start releasing a system, they need people to buy it. And they don't know how to make people buy it. People didn't run out to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro. They're damn sure not going to go run out and buy a $1,000, $1,200 box the way that they want them to. It's not going to happen. That's why they're waiting for so long, because they're going to go ahead and in 2-3 years release a console that has less power than the Xbox will release next year, because they need to make the box as cheap as possible. And they don't have any people making a game that would get anyone excited for another box from them.
Yeah. So I just because I saw a post 1776 mentioned, it says they own Marathon and Concord. Do you know for a while today there were more people playing Starfield on Steam than Marathon?
Ain't that some shit? I mean, look, the fact is that Starfield on Steam has already been out for years, right?
But they got the update today. That's the other thing. So.
Yeah, but it's already been out for years, right? So It's not like on PlayStation where there's going to be people who never got to touch that game, who are going to want to go play that.
See, I posted. Somebody had mentioned about the player count, because I hate using Steam player accounts, but just because somebody asked, I used it. I put up there and posted that Starfield was actually more players than Marathon. Somebody freaking tagged Smash JT on it, and he's liked it. And I go, God, I must have a really bad take if he's agreeing with something I said.
I mean, it's a crazy thing, but look, the reality is that Marathon is just it's just not hitting. I know there's a lot of people who love it, and I'm not. I talk to a lot of these dudes, or I got to talk to a lot of these dudes who are cool guys, and they were so distraught that the game that they love, other people didn't love. So I'm not gonna say that Marathon doesn't have a fan base. I think there's a very core group of people who love that game. Um, it's just that there's not enough of them.
Like I say, I'm not
There's
going to
not
say
a lot of them.
Like I say, I'm not going to say it's a bad game because I haven't played it, so I can't make that opinion. I can tell you it's a game I'm not interested in.
Well,
that's as far as I can go.
That's even more damning, though.
Well, but,
you know
but no,
like,
the only reason
that's their job.
The only reason I'm not interested in it though is I'm not interested in extraction shooters. So either that's the type of game that is, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't interested in extraction shooters either, but I bought Ark and fucking loved the fuck out of that game when I played it.
Yeah,
and
that's just a little bit different. No, it's a little bit more PvE than PvP-ish. Like, you have the option of doing it either way versus.
Yeah, but when I bought it, it was very much so people were in the camp of let's pretend to be friends and then murder you, right? And that was the whole thing that was happening on the internet. But yeah, you're right. Like,
yeah, aren't you married to one of those who did that?
What? Who did what?
Wasn't that Doodle's thing? Said, hi, how you doing? Boom, dead.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Did she? I don't remember. But
I thought you guys said before she was a merc in the game. Basically, make friends and shoot in the back.
oh yeah. When we were playing together, yes, she got she was. I don't like killing people, but she wanted to kill some people. So, yeah, it's a very different way of playing. But honestly, it's the game's job to entice us. Like, it's not our job. It's not our job to say, "Oh my God, I want to play that game," even though I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not our job. We don't have to do that. So if the game doesn't pop off the screen and say, "Hey, come play me because I'm so good," then no. Because look, unless you're gonna give us a free trial, then you want us to pay to try. And I'm not okay with that. No, I'm sorry. I'll stick to Game Pass unless it's a game that I absolutely know for a fact that I want with all my heart. For instance, like Resident Evil 9 was fucking crazy. Crimson Desert, still fucking love that game. I haven't gotten to play a lot of it, but I just love it, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's scratching that. It's so hard for me for a game that is just everything that I would want it to be. Yo, it's so fun to play, so beautiful, such a great experience. Love it. So yes, I bought the collector's edition of that shit, and it's amazing.
So I told you, I got that PC. I got that free copy of freaking Resident Evil 9 and Crimson Desert. I went to see if I could redeem that RE9 one so I could pass to you. It wouldn't let me do it. It says this offer is already expired. I'm like, what the hell?
Expired when you just bought it? That's
crazy. The only thing I can think of is because I guess maybe it checked my Steam library and I already had it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess so, because there's certain things that when it comes part of it, it's literally just tied there. But
yeah, because it wanted to log into it wanted me to connect it to my Steam account when it did the check. I'm just hoping Gears has a collector's edition.
I would love for them to do a collector's edition for all of them, to be honest with you. Fable should have a collector's edition. Gears should have a fucking collector's edition. Halo should have a collector's edition. I'm going to
die on this hill too. All these games should be freaking having console wraps. Those things can't be that expensive to make.
Dude, I forgot about console wraps. Like, I've got, what was the last one? Diablo?
That was the last one. I got the Doom. Doom was the last one, I think.
Or then Doom. Yeah, I got whatever the last one was. So if Doom was one, then I got
or at least be able to at least have you able to do a customizable like you do with the controller lab.
Yeah, well, you can go do that with extreme wraps, I think they're called.
Yeah, that's one of Boom's pieces, I think.
Yeah, you can go.
Well, I showed you mine. I did a custom skin on mine for the Expedition 33 one.
Oh, that's right. You told me. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. All right. So any last bars on this? Again, at the end of the day, I just feel like this is a big moment for Xbox, for the core gamers who are paying attention to what's happening. They're doing something so different and so exciting in the console space. They're opening it up and giving gamers the power to choose what stores they buy from and how they experience their games. It's fucking phenomenal. Any last words before we move on to the next chapter?
Yep, I'm good. I will say one more thing. Like I say, I've told you before. Like I say, I'm still not new to the Xbox thing, but this is still going to be my first actual anticipated release for a console.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, because I saw the announcement for a new Xbox. I was like, ooh, great, new Xbox. For me at the time, that's all it was. But now it's like, ooh, a new Xbox.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it is an exciting thing, man. And now that you're in it, you're going to be there from the beginning. You're going to see it happen. It's going to be glorious. Pragmatic says, I didn't know about custom wraps. Yes. I think their name is Extreme Wraps. Like, I remember, what's his name? My boy, Fark You. He actually gifted us a custom wrap from them that was for On Point. It was our old logo and shit, but I still have it on the other Xbox upstairs, which is so dope. It's so dope. So you could pretty much do whatever
look.
you want.
Boom sent me a link one time. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah. Illuminati says, CMoney, this is a fucking game changer. It is. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But yeah, Pharaoh, any last words on this before we move on?
No. I'm just excited to see how everything unfolds over the next couple months. It's gonna happen really fast. We're gonna be getting our hands on some brand new games really soon. First Kiln and then Forza. It's a great time to be a gamer, and it's a great time to be a gamer on Xbox or PC.
I feel that 100%. All right. So I am. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, because there's like a lot of different things and I don't really know what we're going to spend, a lot of time in or not. We're going to just kind of go through some things and then I'll put it up if we want to see more of it. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Okay, go back here. Add that. Share. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let me take this chapter. So this is gonna be kind of like it didn't make the cut, but there's a lot of juicy shit. I just don't know exactly how far we're gonna go with the things. So do this, do that. Take this chapter right here. All right. So first up is this little bit of a doozy. Sony Pictures Entertainment to lay off hundreds in reorganization across TV, film, and corporate. Now, this is Sony Pictures, but I think Destin went ahead and took a couple of key quotes from here. So he put in his message, he wrote, Variety reports that hundreds will be impacted by this. However, they plan to instead invest in next gen content and game IP adaptations. So this here says, this is from the Variety post, and I haven't read it. I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it's worth kind of reading. Wait, do you have to pay for this shit? Oh my god, this stuff is so annoying, dude. These websites are ridiculous, bro. Like, I don't know why these websites think that we're gonna pay for something that just goes freely available on the socials. Like, don't be stupid. All right. I'm just kind of grazing through it. Okay. All right. Let me read. I will read. Jesus, there's so much ads on this. Oh my God, did I click an ad? Holy fuck! I'm trying to get out of this stuff.
Extreme Consoles out of the UK is the name of the rat place.
Oh, Extreme Consoles. Okay, that's it.
Extreme-consoles.co.uk.
Gotcha. All right. So I will go ahead and now take this and we could read it really quickly. Do this. Go ahead. There. Bam. All right. So this is what I'll bring it up because now we're going to read, so might as well. It says from Variety, Sony Pictures Entertainment to lay off hundreds in reorganization across TV, film, and corporate. Sony Pictures Entertainment is restructuring its operations with plans for hundreds of layoffs across its film, TV, and corporate divisions. Sources tell Variety the layoffs, which are expected to result in a few hundred eliminations out of 12,000 employees that work for the organization globally. That's funny. Few hundred out of 12,000. You guys hear that and it might be like, oh, that's such a little amount. But when Xbox fired like 10,000 or 11,000 or 1,000, some shit like that, out of like 100 something thousand employees they have, it's crazy. Makes no sense. Do they have that many? Do they have? I feel like they have that many, right? Or did I make that up? Maybe they have like.
I know ABK alone had like
or Microsoft themselves have about 225,000.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't.
That was a big argument I got. I think that was a big argument I got with somebody that said, "Well, Xbox laid off 9,000 people." It's like, yes, but it sucks. But you also have to look at the size. Or Microsoft laid off 9,000 people, which was 4% of their workforce. PlayStation laid off 9% of their workforce, which was 800 people. It sucks people lose their jobs, but you've also got to look at the size of the company.
Agreed. I mean, that makes a difference. So as much as you're like, oh, it's only a few hundred, but it's out of 12,000, and that percentage is high compared to, somebody doing a little bit of layoffs out of 200,000. All right. So among the notable changes at the leadership level for Sony Pictures is the exit of Colin Davis, EVP of Comedy Development. Variety has confirmed. Has Sony ever released a fucking comedy? I feel like I don't remember them.
They have a lot of different shows that we wouldn't even think are there. So yeah, and movies aren't good, but they have a lot of shows.
Do they? I feel like I don't even pay attention when, like, I wouldn't even know. All right, so, all right, I'm gonna continue.
They did do the Into the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah, those are good. All right, those close to the decision-making process say that cuts are not a cost-driven exercise, but a targeted and strategic choice for growth in several key areas: franchise strategy and brand extension, including game shows, anime experiences, next-gen content, platform-native content, and utilization of YouTube and Sony Group ecosystem connectivity, including video game adaptations. So video game adaptations is, again, I'm telling you, God damn, it's so crazy. Think about this conversation. They don't even talk about PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, PlayStation is such a nothing burger. The only thing they care about is milking it. You know what I'm saying? They look at PlayStation like the farm, and they're a fucking farmer, and they're going over there and they're milking the cows for everything they have. Video game adaptations is all they're interested in when it comes to PlayStation. The restructuring was announced by Sony Pictures Entertainment CEO Ravi Ahuja in a memo to staff Tuesday, which was obtained by Variety. As a part of the reorg, Sony's game show group will be combined with GSN under game shows president Susan Pritt. So do they make game shows? What fucking game shows do they make?
They got a lot of stuff.
That's wild.
Like they got stuff like let's see what's recent.
I think they own part of Columbia Pictures too.
Yeah, they own Columbia. Yeah, Columbia Pictures is part of them.
And they're the ones that did 21 Jump Street in those movies. So those are some of your comedies. They added Step Brothers. So.
Men in Black, yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well then that makes more sense. That makes more sense. All right. So additionally, a previously announced Sony Pictures Television nonfiction division will be moved under TV Studios president, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Over the past year, we have sharpened our strategy and clarified where we believe the greatest opportunities exist. As we lean into those priorities, we need to operate with greater focus, speed, and alignment to strengthen our differentiated capabilities. To support our growth, we are aligning our organization with where the business is going, not where it has been. Interesting. So Sony says they're moving to where things are going, not where it's been.
Yeah.
Kind of like Xbox not chasing exclusives and building out to the entire Xbox ecosystem with Helix allowing for PC use and PC storefronts. Looks like Xbox is going where the business is going and not where it has been. Interesting. I wonder how many people will read that from Sony and be like, oh yeah, Sony's on point. Sony knows what's up. They're always ready. But then turn around and talk shit about Microsoft. It's a great time. Says that requires changes to how we are structured and where we invest. Bro, PlayStation needs to be afraid. With that, we are reducing roles in certain areas while increasing focus and investment in others that are most critical to our future. This means that some of our colleagues will be leaving the company. These are difficult decisions. They impact talented people who have contributed meaningfully to our work and culture. We are grateful for their contributions, and our P&O teams are committed to supporting them through this transition. You know what's so stupid about this? What a slap in the face it is to say that, oh, it's difficult decision, but they're talented, but not talented enough. Okay, because if they were talented enough for you in your mind, you would keep them. Not everyone's getting fired, only some. And the ones you're choosing are not worth it to you right now. Doesn't mean they're bad or not good at their job, but whatever, their jobs don't work for Sony anymore. And I'm sure there's some of them who the vision is still there, but they are just out. All right. Ahua took over as CEO of Sony Pictures Entertainment in January. Jesus, just right now. Following the retirement of longtime Sony Entertainment chief Tony Vinciquerra. All right. Under Ahua, the company is prioritizing its recent acquisition of the Peanuts IP. Interesting. A new deal with Big Shot. By the way, if you haven't seen the Peanuts movie, it's pretty good. The kids love it. It's really cute.
It came out several years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of old. It's not the one that they didn't do it, but
yeah,
that was pretty good.
I think
a new deal with Big Shot Pictures, adaptations of hit PlayStation video games, Last of Us, God of War, and further expansion of its popular TV and film universes, The Boys. Oh, they have The Boys, Spider-Man, Ghostbuster, Outlander, and Jeopardy. No wonder I don't like The Boys. All right, then they have the actual memo. Good morning. Today you'll hear about changes that are starting to roll out across the company, and I'd like to share some context on how we are refining our organization for the next phase of growth. Over the past year, we have sharpened our strategy and clarified where we believe the greatest opportunities exist. As we lean into those priorities, we need to operate with greater focus, speed, and alignment to strengthen our differentiated capabilities. What the fuck? Did they just read it twice? Did I just read the same shit again? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Okay, we're not going to read it again. My bad. yeah, and then I think that's pretty much. Um, oh no, there's more to it. They stopped at a certain point. Okay, hold on. Yeah, where we invest. Okay, that's where it stopped. But he continues here. With that, we are reducing roles in certain areas while increasing focus and investment in others that are most critical to our future. This means that some of our colleagues will be leaving the company. Okay, we saw that part. I know this kind of change can feel uncertain and raise questions. Over the coming months, business leaders will share more detail as plans and priorities take shape. I will also host another check in later this month to talk more about the path ahead. While the industry around us continues to evolve, we are uniquely well positioned for this moment. The demonstrated value of our independent television and film studios offers us the flexibility to move with the market, to partner broadly, match projects with the right platforms, to support our creative partners, and bringing great stories to life. Furthermore, we are underpinned by strong franchises and brands, and our connectivity to the broader Sony Group ecosystem centers us for accelerated growth in anime and game IP adaptations. This organizational shift is about reorienting Thrive in an industry. By aligning our structure and resources more closely with our strategic priorities, we will move forward with greater clarity and momentum and be better equipped for innovation and resilience. Thank you for your continued commitment and for supporting one another. Okay. So
That makes fucking sense. We're gonna grow. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Oh yeah. By the way, you guys are.
Hey, I'm gonna have to drop a little early. My computer mouse isn't working, so I can't type in text.
no, it's all right, my dude. Hey, Farrell, man, appreciate you, brother.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate it.
All right. All right, man. Be easy, bro. We'll see you soon. Yeah, so obviously Sony had this reorganization. Again, it's crazy when you go ahead and see that um this is not a only for gaming or anything like this. This is across the board where all these different industries are dealing with, having to lay off and do this stuff because, at the end of the day, it's not about the people, it's about the business. They got to make sure that they can move in the right direction and keep it going the right way, right? So they had to do what they had to do here. But again, it's just crazy because their whole interest is in taking from PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to take the IPs, turn them into these other things. Sony as a whole, it's funny because PlayStation is such a big part of their business, yet they treat it like they want to ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about it. Like they treat it like it's some side piece when it's such a big deal to their business. What, Dave? What's up, man? I see you play. So, yeah, I mean, this is like interesting that they did this.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, they were in that we're letting these people go, but they're in the same paragraph. They're talking about all the growth and targeting and what they're going to do and everything. Oh, but to do that, we've got to get rid of some guys.
Well, I think they're trying to say the ugly truth, right? These people that worked for them that they're letting go didn't align with where they want to go.
But I mean,
yeah. And that's what happens at every company. Just like Sarah Bond is not with Xbox anymore because what she was planning does not align with where they were going.
That's like with Xbox or whatever. They announced they said that where they're one of their usual step on rakes moment was it we had the best year ever. Oh, by the way, we're going to lay off all these people.
I mean, but that for me, that's why I like even with this, that doesn't matter because it's like that's business, right? So we can have our best year ever and you not be needed to work here. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be doing great with my company and be like, yeah, but you are not. You who works for me are not producing what I want you to produce, so you're no longer here. Or the I know how you think, and the things that you're thinking don't align with what we're thinking. So we don't want you here.
It just looks like
doesn't mean we can't do.
It just looks like a strange way to word everything that they said. So we're gonna grow into here. We're gonna go into here. Oh, by the way, we don't want you here when we do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a straight up kind of
It's a business thing.
actual statement. Yeah, it's business. It just kind of is what it is, right?
It sucks.
So
but
it sucks for them, but it's also not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? The business has to keep going. If there's no business, then none of it matters, right?
then you get back to the good old argument that Microsoft is a $3 trillion company. They don't have to let anybody go. So, well, that's one of the reasons there are a $3 trillion company is because they know when to let people go.
Yeah, that's so stupid. That just shows how stupid people are and how little they know.
When somebody says that to me, then my first response is, "Thank God you don't run a business, or if you do, I feel sorry for your employees."
Yeah, or you're not going to run it for long because you don't. This is not a charity, bro. Like no matter how you cut it, you can't run it that way, no matter what. And even if you grow close to the people who work for you, no matter what, if it doesn't serve the business, then they have to go. Like this is not a charity. And people who run their businesses like charities don't have a business for very long.
Like I say, I understand them doing it. Like I say, just the way they worded all these great things they're going to do, while saying that in the process.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's the people who understand it know that at the end of the day, it just kind of is what it is. But you know, that's it's just business. That's kind of way to say it. But more interesting to me is the fact that you could just see how they just use PlayStation just for the IP. Like that's all it is now. It's just an IP farm, and that's it. Did I?
Well, we always like to say PlayStation games are more like interactive movies, and I guess that's what they're banking on.
That's what 100% what they're banking on. All right. So next thing on here is Jez, and we talked about it, but we will break it out right here, which is Jez, I put out the article that says the Xbox Ally has had a rare price drop of $100. Might be Microsoft waiving the Windows licensing fee here to help ASUS drop the price. The Xbox Ally base model is generally underrated, he says. And it's only that one. Like, to be clear, they didn't lower the price of the big boy, right? So
they didn't lower the price of the better selling one.
That's exactly what I'm about to say. The reason is because everybody wants the X, which clearly, if you think about next gen consoles, this is the scenario you're going to find yourself in where, it's like, okay, yes, the Xbox Ally X is more money, but if I'm going to buy the regular Ally for not too much more, I mean, it is more, but not too much more, I could just buy the big boy. You know what I'm saying? And be future proofed because it does have that AI, chip in it or whatever, the N chip or whatever.
It's literally double the price.
Now it's double the price. Before it was
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so now they're trying to make it be an actual real reason to be able to say, all right, I'll buy this. It's like half the price. Listen, my daughter, we bought this for our daughter, and she loves it. So, she's living her best life playing that shit. So, it's definitely, interesting. I think it's smart to do. So, kudos to them for helping out. If it is waiving the fee or whatever it is, like, I don't know if that's the case. That sounds like a little much on the charity end of this.
The easiest way to say how they're doing it, because that's really it's the easiest way to say Microsoft is doing it, because really software wise, that's the only thing they're involved with.
Yeah, so I think that's the blame or whatever. I don't know. I don't think Microsoft is doing the license for free, because that's the only thing they're making off of these boxes. Well, maybe not, because
we don't know what the back end is.
Yeah, we don't know what it is, but it's more likely that Asus is just like, dude, I have a whole bunch of these fucking white ones that we made because we thought everybody was going to buy the cheaper one, and now they're stacking up, so we got to get them out.
Take
So
these in the back room.
to me.
Take these in the back room and paint them black.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So yeah. All right. Let me. I got my next one here. So I saw this. I don't know. I guess Hiroki had an interview. Hiroki Totoki had an interview with Bloomberg. And he says that he's not a big gamer. Uh-oh. Probably should get him out then, right? He shouldn't be in charge of Sony when they have a gaming division.
I've already seen the excuses.
Yeah, like shut up. And they discusses Sony's pivot from a consumer electronics company to an entertainment company. Interesting. So I want to know. Okay, let's read this and then we're going to see how it relates. So it says here, we were forced to change. Sony was forced to change. Sony CEO outlines shift to entertainment and says PlayStation 5 must be the best place to play. We are always talking about PlayStation should be the best place to play from the user's perspective, but also we must be the best place to publish. We have relationships with third-party game publishers, and of course, we have great studios as a first party as well. That's the statement. We must be the best place to play. We must publish, be the best place to publish. The fact that go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want you to finish first.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the fact that they went ahead and have come out and admitted defeat on everything else they've ever done, on everything that made Sony, their TVs, every piece of hardware that they made, they're done with. The last one is the PlayStation. But they don't even look at it like the PlayStation anymore as a piece of hardware is only for the entertainment purpose of it, right? Which is obviously what all these consoles exist for. But for them, they are looking at this like we are now pivoting. They were forced to change to be about entertainment. Now, the problem with this is that what he's saying doesn't match anything that's happening in real life. Like that's just the reality. They're definitely not the best place to play, and from anyone's perspective. Of course, the casuals they just buy it blindly, but it's not the best place to play. They're not consumer friendly in any way. Um, if anything, they're definitively the worst worst place to play from a user perspective. And be the best place to publish? No, unfortunately, you're not the best place to publish because when developers come out, they want their games to be able to reach the most group of players. And when you release on Xbox and Game Pass, you can still release your stuff on PC and on the console and on PlayStation and everywhere else. If you only publish to PlayStation, you are cut off. And everyone who has ridden that train has got off. They didn't wait to get to the end of their destination. They hopped off the bridge as they were traveling over water. Like they want nothing to do with publishing on PlayStation exclusively anymore. That's a dead and gone situation. So it just doesn't seem very very in touch with what's actually happening right now over at PlayStation. Broke boy, what were you gonna say, bud?
No, I was going to say that. You said loosely translated, we want to be the best place to publish it. I said loosely translated, we need that 30%.
Facts. 100%. And that's what it's about.
That's what I was going to say. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the only people who want to publish to PlayStation only are two types. They're first party studios, which we don't really necessarily know if they want to just publish only to PlayStation. It's just what they have to do. Like, and then the ones that, well, basically the smaller studios say, hey, we can only publish to one platform. We can or one or two platforms, so we can do PlayStation and PC, or we can go another route.
Facts. That's the truth.
Yeah, I don't blame those small studios. Like I say, if you only got the funds or the staff or whatever to port to one studio, it's obvious you want to port it to the platform that has the most users.
Agreed. Now, this is what I say. So there's another little story here. And this one is funny to me because this is showing me there's a couple weird shit that they got going on. But PlayStation specifically, I don't know if you saw, but they're launching a new program to get your indie game discovered. Okay. So you go out and you go to this site and you pitch your game to PlayStation in writing. Okay. And this is for indies, right? So, number one, this reminds me of when PlayStation was in trouble. So they went ahead and they did like a real heavy focus on indies. You remember where they tried to make indies feel like they were so important and they put them on the stage. Oh my God, it was so great. And then they dropped them as soon as they got bigger, right? Like as soon as things started taking off, they dropped indies, right? No more, oh my God, indies are amazing. They were on the back burner. But the crazy shit is they are now going to have a bunch of indies, hopeful indies, say, oh my God, I have a chance. And they're going to go ahead and have indies send them their ideas and pitch them. Mm-hmm. There's no way that can go wrong, right? There's no way that PlayStation can take some of these ideas that are being pitched to them and take forms of them and put them into their own games. No way that can happen.
Well, that's a good idea. We think we don't. That's a really great idea, but it's not something we really want to do right now. Hey, Naughty Dog, need to go do this.
Thanks. I wonder how long after this before we start getting the posts on Twitter from devs saying, hold on, I pitched this exact idea to PlayStation. They told me that it wasn't going to work for them. And now this feature that I said is in this game. Bro, you're going to see it happen, bro. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. PlayStation's going to get these ideas sent to them. And then they're going to go ahead and fucking steal them. That's what's going to happen.
I need you to sign this. I need you to sign this NDA. I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Okay, we're good. Go.
Facts. Yeah, it's going to be insane. There's no way this can go wrong, right? No, I think
we want to make a platformer with a jetpack where you fly around and everything. Nah, sounds good, but no, Astrobot 2.
Yep. It's crazy, but yeah, this is something they're doing. I mean, look, on the good side of it, if this can help indies get a chance to possibly get noticed and get a deal.
So are they pitching to Sony or PlayStation, and PlayStation then like funds it like kind of like the ID Me stuff?
So the way they say it is like they ask you where you're gonna put your game.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like it's it doesn't look like a exclusive only scenario. Yeah. I mean, it very well might be.
Obviously, if they're going to do it, they want to be published to them. That's number one.
yeah, exactly. So it looks like they might be, giving them the option. Oh shit, Prague. Yo, what?
I saw.
Got
I
him.
saw. I saw it. I saw it.
Bungie is licking their chops. That's hilarious. Bungie's the one who set this shit up. They're the one.
when you said Pragmatic, I saw. I know what you're looking at.
That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, technically, Asobi could be too. The Astrobot devs.
That's true. That's true. That's
they usually get sued for. They usually get sued for, which is really strange. Where how Nintendo sues everybody, but all of a sudden they didn't sue for Astrobot with all that stuff.
Yeah, facts. You know, it's just crazy because that is literally like this. If you look at the good side, yeah, they could send their games and maybe get picked up or whatever. But the bad side is who the fuck trusts Sony? You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and send them their game ideas cold right through a portal and just hope that your shit doesn't get taken. You know what I'm saying? Even the smallest idea could just get stolen, end up in the game, and you wouldn't even know. Or you would see it and they'd be like, there's no proof. Oh no, we already saw that.
I have one of the little disclosure agreements. Everything we discuss in this meeting, we have the option to use in our own game or something like that.
Facts. This is the thing though. It gets oh my god. It gets even crazier. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw, but PlayStation has a new thing called they're calling it the player base. Okay. It's called the player base. Now you ready? It's a chance for PlayStation fans to be scanned and appear in game.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Starting with Gran Turismo.
And I've got a PlayStation guy in one of my groups who that's his favorite game of all time. He can't wait.
Bro, why the fuck would you trust Sony and send them all of your faces? Like, that is crazy. That's crazy. Like, I feel like this is a play for their AI situation. Doesn't it seem? It seems weird, right? You're asking them.
It's hard to say that though when you got the UK and stuff. I mean, wanting photo ID for subs and stuff like that too. So it's all in a strange place.
I mean, but that's fucking UK. That's not PlayStation.
Yeah,
I
mean, I think even Discord, I think there was even Discord or something like that in the UK. They are requiring photo ID if you do something on it.
I don't know. This seems crazy.
But yeah, definitely strange.
And what are they doing? Are they bringing? So, all right, let's read it. Okay, let's read it. Let me.
It didn't. I know it's Nintendo, but didn't Nintendo kind of have was it the MII or whatever those called, the Miitopias or stuff, where they kind of did a facial scan and something like that too? And some of their.
I don't know about no facial scan.
Well, I think it may have been a facial scan, maybe just to design your own or something. It could have been, but it seems like I remember something where something about them scanning your face and kind of turned it into a what's it called, Miitopia or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. All right, so this is it. Okay, so this is you've been a part of our history. Now be a part of our future. What a tagline! Wow. We're scanning players into PlayStation games, the player base. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. Starting today, fans can apply for an opportunity to step into Gran Turismo 7 with additional games to be announced in the future. For over 30 years, we've continued to look for ways to celebrate our gaming community, which has a vital role in PlayStation's history and future. Today, we're excited to offer an opportunity to bring some of our devoted PlayStation fans even closer to the PlayStation experience. We're introducing the Player Base, a unique opportunity for PlayStation's biggest fans to step into some of the biggest game worlds by having their likeness scanned and appear within a PlayStation game. The player base will start with Gran Turismo 7 and will be looking to expand and include fans in additional PlayStation Studio titles in the future. Is this what's going to happen. You're going to go, they're going to fly you out, and they're going to scan you and take pictures of you like this. You know, I watched the movie a while ago. I forgot the name of the movie.
So it doesn't look like
I
it's
think
going
Ryan
to be
Gosling is in it.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a take your own picture and send it in. It was like, we're going to bring you out and put you in it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But there's a movie with Ryan Gosling where one of the characters, he went in to a place that said, "Oh, we have to scan you real quick and do this type of photo," and then they used him in AI without his asking to frame him for a murder. So maybe, you know, PlayStation's Japanese. What is the what is their what's that group called? The Triads? No. Who's the Japanese mob?
Yakuza.
Yakuza. The Yakuza. You never know. Okay. Yakuza's trying to set people up for footage to be changed by AI. You don't know. You don't know. That's crazy. All right. It says this community program will be available in select markets in the Americas, Europe, Asia, South Africa, and Australia. For more details, including the official rules, and to submit an application for the player base, you can visit PlayStation.com, the player base, starting today, where you'll be asked to answer a few questions about your experiences on PlayStation. Players will also be required to sign in with their account ID and share additional information to participate. Oh, so I guess you can't just do it and get selected. You're probably gonna have to like stupid amount of hours in certain games or some shit. After reviewing applications, we'll select a limited number of finalists to participate in video interviews to learn about them and their connection to PlayStation. From there, one PlayStation fan will be selected to be featured in Gran Turismo 7 as part of the player base, where they will have a special limited time appearance. It's not even permanent as an in-game character portrait. Similar to how characters are presented throughout the game, the selected fan will also help design a custom fantasy logo and a one-of-a-kind vehicle livery, which will be added permanently to the showcase menu. They will be invited to a visual art studio in Los Angeles for a scanning day and to collaborate with a designer to create their fantasy logo and vehicle livery. That sounds whack as fuck. That sounds so whack. So you're doing that just to be on a little fucking image over here?
You're going to be
Nobody's even gonna know who you are.
You're going to be
For
on
all we know. Yeah, but you're just gonna show up in a card. You're not a person. You have a special limited time appearance as an in-game character portrait.
Yep, you're a pick.
You're the Sarah picture right here. You don't know. She could be a fucking hardcore PlayStation fan who got chosen. Do you know? Did you question who Sarah is when you saw her picture here? Or did you say, oh, they just showing us some random like chick for no reason? Great.
You're getting ready to call her something
This is
else.
ass. This is the wackest shit that I have even fucking seen. And you're gonna do all this shit and only one person gets picked? That's the player base, one person, he's a fucking card. You gotta be a fucking real loser if this is like let me not say that. That might be a wrong. That I'm not gonna judge somebody who's excited for this. So let me take that back. I'm just saying that sounds whack.
Okay. I don't remember what company did it. I remember it was cool at the time. Basically, you sent in a pic of yourself to the company. It was like for an anniversary thing. I can't remember, but basically they made their big 30th anniversary logo. But when they did it, all the images of pictures they sent into of people, they were created into the logo. So they'd say, okay, your picture's located in this quadrant, so you go find your picture and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, I don't know. That doesn't interest me at all. But
all that work for one person.
Yeah, you're gonna go to LA. Are they gonna pay for you to go to LA? Because they said we're gonna invite you to LA. Does that mean you're paying? Because that sounds crazy. Over time, we look forward to expanding the player base as additional PlayStation studios participate, having fans featured in ways that fit each game's own style and world. Stay tuned for more updates. You know why that's just stupid? Because if you're looking to fit the style and world, then they should have been an avatar that you can pick to drive. That would make sense in Gran Turismo, not a fucking little circle with a picture in it. That's so stupid. The player base is our way of saying thank you to the players. Oh my God, bro, you give one person the opportunity.
Thank you to the player. Thank you to the player.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you talking about? It's literally one person that you're gonna let do this shit. That's so bad, bro. Oh my God. See, this is the type of stupid shit that they're doing instead of making a good game or getting more games out there. Wow. That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
And it's GT7. Well, what the hell are those people wearing? It's like one guy's wearing a freaking Sorrow suit or something.
Well, I think they're trying to show, oh, look, you can end up in the game. But they literally said the first one is a fucking portrait. That's so stupid. I'm sorry, but that's trash. That's no bueno. No bueno. No bueno. All right. Well, that was a waste of life. Some dumbass shit. The shit these people do for no reason. All right.
I like Tyrell's comment at the bottom.
What'd he say?
Fly you out to a Jim Ryan cookie party.
Facts. All right. Yeah, I think that's. Was there anything else in the news that you remember that is going on? Because from what I'm seeing,
Trying to not that I can think of off the top of the head. I saw several news articles today, but now that I'm on the spot, I can't remember shit.
yeah, I mean,
Just an update here. Let's take a little update here on the PlayStation Store. We're at 1.1300 ratings, and it's still sitting at 14 or about 4.67.
all right. So
That's average. That averages that out. It came out to around a 92 out of 100.
all right. So I mean, that's a great score. So people are loving it. Well, I can tell you right now, when you go to the PlayStation app and look at what's hot, the first thing that's hot is Starfield.
Yeah, I noticed some people are posting there they're posting just today's sales only. They're saying Starfield sucks. It's only 12th.
It's only 12th and what?
It's only they showed the top downloads for the day, and Starfield was like 12th on the list.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's because they all pre-ordered it.
Well, and like I said, I don't know how pre-orders work. I don't know if they count those as first day sales or if they count that as something else. But I'm just happy. I'm happy. Like the South of Midnight's getting some love over there.
Yeah, South of Midnight is fucking amazing.
It's got
South of Midnight is really good.
It's got 755 reviews and it's at a 4.84.
That's awesome. It's a beautiful thing. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Yeah, they're it's really a really such a smart thing getting these games out here and letting other people enjoy them and interact with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just so smart.
And it's fun. Like I say, it's one of those things like this. That's where you see the separation of the fanboys from just the fans.
Exactly. Well, that's why even on PlayStation, right? Like they're just all very casual people, and that doesn't mean they're not playing anything, but it's still like they're not interested in this. They're not sitting here fighting and talking bullshit. They just want to fucking enjoy their console when they have a long day at work and they get home and they have some time. That's it. They're not looking to do the bullshit. So, but you know what, guys? Thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up, man. What a great show. Thank you guys for coming through and rocking out with us. Shout out to everybody who's been in the building, man. Thank you all. Thank you everybody who super chatted, who gave gifted memberships. You guys are all the shit. Thank you all so very much. Of course, want to shout out our boy Pharaoh Bazaar for coming through as he does every Tuesday. Had to leave early because he had some computer issues, but we do appreciate him for rocking out with us. Make sure you follow him in all the ways that you normally can. And then, of course, our boy, Broke Boy, live in the building. Thank you, my dude, for being here. Appreciate you, man. Let everybody know what you got going on, where to follow you on social media, all that fun stuff.
Let's put my thing here in the chat. Actually had it ready that time.
There you go.
Yeah, like I say, I play around on Twitter all the time. Like I said, I spent today because I started off the show with it on my background. I've been making fun of J-Dub all day, talking about how great Starfield is on PlayStation and Xbox sucks because they put our game there. So I just make sure to post every time I saw it. His post from 2018 saying it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Surprised he hadn't blocked me yet because I probably posted that thing like 20 or 30 times.
Oh, that's a lot of energy, Broke Boy. It's a lot of energy. But good.
Exactly. That's the main place you can find me. Like I say, I just like messing with people over there.
Awesome, man.
Now, and I always had fun on Tuesday. I was trying to debate on to do a giveaway tonight, but I held off. Maybe I'll do one next weekend or next week.
Well, that works, man. That works, brother. All right, guys. Listen, that's where we're gonna end it. Remember, we will be back this Thursday for our gameplay, and then I don't know exactly. This weekend might be a little rough because I don't think I'll be. Yeah, I don't think I could do Friday night. It might be a Saturday night joint again. So Thursday will be live, and then most likely Saturday will be live. But all right, guys, thank you again. Appreciate y'all. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle, we're done. Until next time, you're intruding.